things stand. So, with all that in mind, let's then pick up. And the first thing I wanted to ask, as you began to pull away in this train, which Jippet, this android, which also, by the way, the technology of Jippet would also have been pretty phenomenal as well. Jippet at the wheel, this mechanoid carrying you off to, as he says, Velarion, but who knows? The last thing you saw was your friend Greg Gannon, his hands bound, step forward through the dwarven door that you'd opened, look around in astonishment, confusion, and fear, and then take a crossbow to the heart, and saw him drop to his knees as you began to pick up speed. So I guess what I would like to know in the first instance, in that first moments, obviously you're exhausted, battered, bloodied. Would there have been any reaction, or would it just been stunned silence and the exhaustion take over you?
So, for Jeb's part, I think that in his state, I think I even kind of jokingly said, like, as soon as we're on, it's just like, oh, I'm going to go to sleep. I think that in his state, being wounded and exhausted and weak, I think he would have been like really kind of drifting out of consciousness. So been like eyes closed, eyes open, sees Ganon, eyes closed, eyes open, sees their arrow, and it's this it's almost like audio errors or attack. It's frustrating.
I'm not really sure what to do about that.
I don't think it's anything on my end.
Yeah, we all sound fine.
No, yours is fine.
We all sound fine to each other. It must be an OBS thing. 2 seconds.
Maybe a stream refresh. I don't know. It would be.
Yeah, it's an OBS
thing.
thing.
It's corrected itself now. Okay, so very quickly, I think that it's something that, like, as he's drifting off, he would have seen this, and so it almost wouldn't have been something he reacted to. It would be like he would sleep, and then waking up would be dealing with the weight of what he had just seen happen.
Okay, yeah. What about Ingrid? Any kind of initial reactions from you? I guess Jeb knew Greg Gannon the best of the three of you, so perhaps it might have hit home with him a little more anyway.
Yeah, I think Ingrid would have gotten on the train and just kind of collapsed out of exhaustion and kind of saw it, and was like, no. And then probably passed out.
Lorben?
I think Lorben probably feels a sense of personal guilt for that, because there's a couple of decisions that he made leading up to it that he feels kind of things took a bad turn as a result of obviously the break-in and those parts.
Mm-hmm. So feeling somewhat responsible perhaps for this turn of events.
Yeah, and as much as he doesn't probably tend to get that emotionally attached to kind of outsiders, so to speak, I feel like he kind of could at least tell that he was very close to Jeb and was pretty much one of the good ones, kind of thing.
For his part, Jippet is just at the controls and is locked in. It's probably unclear even if he's still kind of consciously with you, and as he's locked into the control panel, and this train now has picked up some pace, into the pitch black of this tunnel. And so it sounds like, without a great deal of further ado, the three of you would have drifted off into much needed rest.
Yeah.
Lorben, your dreams are fitful as you as you try to sleep and try to rest. Your mind is racing with the memories of all your actions. It was quite a day, wasn't it? You know, in the last two sessions took up essentially about 12 hours, in which you arrived in Oakenford, inspected the meteor, spoke to Galenor of the Rubric Works, who advised you that his uncle Tillus Trilline would probably know something about all this. Obviously there was everything then with the break-in and the conversations that you had, everything you learned about the Bounders Foundation and Karamin Bounders. Then of course your escape, your fight, the Dwarven Doors, the train, Gippet. It was quite a day. So Lorben, your dreams in particular are filled with discomfort, and
I guess where obviously Lorben's half elf, so it's less sleep and probably more meditative with elves and their kind of like inability to sleep, or I'm not sure how sleep fits with elves in Playdean.
Well, let's say it is more meditative state, and as you drift deeper into that, you find yourself moving into a strange altered sense of consciousness. The vivid colours of your whatever dreams or whatever you want to call it give way to a space that is without form, and it's a place that I think you're perhaps slightly familiar with, but it's very nebulous and hard to kind of pin anything down around you. You hear distant voices speaking in languages you don't even recognize the sounds. You know, you don't speak Dwarven, but you know what Dwarvish sounds like. These languages are completely unfamiliar to you until you hear one voice that says, "Well, boy, that was a close one, wasn't it?" Now, I think you've heard this voice before, but I don't know how long it's been since Lorben last conversed with his benefactor.
I think possibly at least a year, I think, because the last, within the context of the, reading the stars, I think his last communication from Rodney was basically via Rodney, and the majority of it is via Rodney, whether directly or through interpretive, intuition.
Yeah, so this is not an everyday occurrence for sure.
No.
But you hear this voice, and it kind of, you feel it pervading your mind, and says, "Well, that was a close one, wasn't it, boy?"
Yes. Too close.
You're no good to me at all dead, Lorben, you know.
I think what kind of relationship he's going to have here.
What do you think the relationship between? What do you think the tone of whenever they did last converse? What was the tone like?
I think quite pleading. I think if this is the situations in which Lorben's being, truly spoken with, like directly, it's very much a kind of like, I'm having to come down and tell you off kind of vibe, which is not what Lorben likes to be in.
Yeah.
Or anyone likes
So,
to be in.
yeah, is it like, if you're at work and your boss's boss calls you,
Yeah,
and you're like,
you see, like the district managers,
yeah,
you directly
and
your boss,
and you're like, oh no,
Probably,
oh shit. Okay, fine, yeah. So this voice, it's as I say, kind of moves through your mind, and says, "An ogre and a couple of guards, Lorben. I really thought you were made of sterner stuff."
I was trying my best. I with the powers I had available to me, I did everything I could. I used all. I had nothing left. I was tapped. I I I could hit them. I could blast them, but I couldn't. I need more.
You need more from me.
Well,
I've given you everything, Lorben. You may have made a bit of a hash of it, but you did kill an ogre just now. Could you have done that before we met?
gods no.
But you want more.
Yes. I need more.
You need more. I agree. I'd say you do. Because there are challenges coming in your future, Lorben, that are well beyond what you just faced.
What do you know? What do you want me to?
I want you to get serious.
What do you want?
I want you to start taking things more seriously. That fight was not because of a lack of strength in your arms. It's this. And you feel almost this like thing like tapping your brain.
Oh.
It's almost like drumming on yours instead of as you don't have a physical form in front of you, but you understand completely their meaning. It's like that wasn't even a warm-up round, Lorben.
Do you have a warning? Do you have information, direction?
You already have a direction.
Great Wolf.
Great Wolf. There are battles being waged, Lorben, beyond your comprehension. There are challenges locally, nationally, and well beyond that. And as they say this, you get almost like a little flash of a completely different world. It is beyond unfamiliar, like it is incomprehensible, and it just flashes past your eyes momentarily as they say this. It says, but if you're saying you aren't strong enough, is that what you're saying?
I want to be stronger, but
need, you said. So which is it?
I need to be stronger, and I think you need me to be stronger.
You're a perceptive one, Lorben. That's why you're here in the first place. Seek out Ingon the Inquisitor.
Is this a name that Lorben knows already?
Give me a history check.
Oh, hell yeah.
High DC though. 18.
That's alright. Sick. I got a flat 0 on that, so no.
Yeah, I think this is not a name that you've come across, but it's Ingon, Ingon, the Inquisitor.
Gotcha, the Inquisitor.
And the voice continues. Seek out Ingon the Inquisitor. And We will see. If you are up to the task, then the strength you need will become available to you.
What would you have me do with him? Is this a... Are you asking me to kill him? Are you asking me to meet with him? Are you...
Lorben, if you are the person that I thought, that I think, you'll figure it out. Warm-up round's over, Lorben. It's time to get serious. You feel this weirdness around you dissipate, and you... If anyone was like watching you externally, they would have seen you kind of shifting, and as this vision or whatever disappears from your mind, your body comes to rest, and you fall into whatever your normal rest and meditation slumber would be like. The next morning, some hours later, as you all begin to rise, at your own pace, the three of you awaken to just the rhythmic chicka-ta-tum, chicka-ta-tum, chicka-ta-tum. This train is not going 100 miles per hour. Although it is fantastic technology for Pleiadian, this thing is quite slow moving.
Can I get a quick, reminder of what the scale of this train was? In my head, I was picturing a single car.
Yes,
I think it's
correct.
Grander, is it?
Yeah, it's. Do you know what it? I'll do this just for certain parties who will enjoy it. It would be like a funicular train. Just like one carriage that would certainly seat more than just the three of you. It would seat perhaps up to about 16. But there's only 4 occupants at the moment. 5 actually, including Rodney, of course.
Of course.
He prefers the bag, so.
As the three of you wake to the rhythmic movement of the train along the line, Jeb, let's pick up with you. Your thoughts and feelings as you wake.
Yeah, so Jeb, I think he would wake last, and it would be very slow, kind of eyes open, take a breath, and sort of slowly kind of just almost like getting up because you have to, rise back to the people. Kind of looking out. Let me ask, is there anything outside of this train to see, or is it kind of like a closed-in tunnel?
It's a closed tunnel, and really now you've all three of you got dark vision.
Right.
Actually, what I will say is the tunnel itself is pitch black. The carriage has a dim light, like an old bulb in like one of those cages, just like in the middle of the roof of this thing. Lighting dimly lighting the carriage itself.
Okay, so yeah, I think that he would kind of push himself up into a sitting position, on one of the benches. I honestly think he may have just slept on the floor of the train car, but sit, kind of, collect his hat, but just hold it in his hands and look down at it, kind of almost tracing the rim with his fingers. And would say kind of to himself, but to the three of us, but he'd say, Pleiadian's lessened by the lack of a good man like Greg Gannon. He died upholding the principles foundational to his life, supporting the people of Oakenford, providing food and shelter to those in need. He was a beacon in that town, and he prided himself in offering comfort and home away from home for all who darkened that doorstep. It always was for me. And he would stand up, kind of fix his hat on his head, still kind of just to himself, but out loud, kind of eulogizing, really, say, Greg Gannon was my friend. His legacy will live on. And I'll look at Ingrid and Lorben and say, and them bounders, they'll pay for what they did to him. We'll rip them out of that town root and stem in his name. We'll see them scattered. You mark my word.
Ingrid, how are you? Sorry, Lorben, go ahead.
I was gonna say the timing of it, though, Jeb. There seems to be some grander things we may need to do first.
No, I think you're right. We can't just go storming back in there. We ain't got what we need to do it, but I promise you, whatever needs doing is going to get done. We'll be back here. We'll be ready.
Ingrid,
We'll do it for Greg.
what would Ingrid be feeling waking up? What are your thoughts?
I feel like Ingrid would wake up obviously very, like, tired. She probably laid, like, face down on the bench. Just, like, maybe if she had a second before she passed out, she would have put her backpack and, like, kind of passed out into that. But I think she would probably wake up when Jeb is kind of giving the speech kind of thing. And just is very, like, somberly, like, nodding, like, yes, like, we will get revenge for this man. Just kind of wishing she had, like, something to toast him with. Yeah.
Actually, to that point, Ingrid, I'm going to pass a little flask of Tormist to each of you, just a tiny little bit that we all can.
It is 9 a.m, sir.
We're in a tunnel. There's no sun.
Yeah, it's like the airport. It's like it doesn't really count.
Time doesn't
I've
count
got,
here.
I have no perception of time. I would have no idea how long I've been sleeping or anything. I just see that we're all awake in the dark.
Yeah, when you got dark vision, like, it doesn't matter whether the sun's
That's
out
right.
or not, right? Like,
So is this just like a little swig of Tormist each? Is it, Jeb?
Yeah, this is literally just kind of a little, like, as Ingrid said, like almost just a little toast. We're not about to get shithoused
No.
on the train.
Fall
you're
back
not my
asleep.
real dad, so...
Everybody partakes in this? You're sharing this drink with Jeb?
Yeah.
You're a bunch of reprobates is what you are.
Goddamn
But-
right.
Tell me what to do.
Jeb, describe the taste of Tormist and the what kind of, like, what feeling it has on your body.
It is, it's really interesting. We've never really
No, that's what I thought.
explored that before, have we? Yeah, I mean, it obviously is very, very strong. So, like, it is a warming, like, sort of I'm trying to best describe, like, it sounds unpleasant to say, like, a crackling sensation, but it almost has, like, a bit of a spark to it. Like there's something about it that is not quite, terrestrial. It feels a little magical, but it's invigorating. Too much of it can, like, be way too strong and be, you know what I mean, like where it's like make a con save with disadvantage.
Yeah.
But no, at this
Pop
amount,
rocks and moonshine from your description.
Pop rocks.
Yeah, a bit. But yeah,
I love
and there's
that.
like a smoky sweetness to it. Like it is in no way unpleasant. It is kind of dangerously pleasant, to where it would be easy to drink way too much.
Like a pop rocks.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, then, yeah, the three of you will feel the swarming sensation. Now, look, I feel like Lorben's not the best drinker. What do you think?
Probably not.
I'm not going to make you. I'm not going to make you roll
Like, he's never
anything.
drunk
It's
with
not.
dwarf,
I'm not.
has he?
I'm not going to do damage or anything. But I just feel like Lorben's not the biggest drinker.
I feel like he probably can't take it very well, but it's probably rare that he finds himself drinking with dwarf and rat folk, and he doesn't really know, in terms of racial alcohol limits, where he stands in this group right now.
Yeah, fair.
Probably
I
the
have poison
lowest. I would
resistance. I
suspect.
can throw it back.
Yeah.
Oh, dwarves have no problem. Yeah.
So, based on Jippet's estimation before you set off, you've still got most of the day ahead of you in terms of travel. Is there anything you want to talk about between each other, or with Jippet, or with Rodney, or anything at all?
I think as I am waking up, Ingrid would start to notice the engineering of this, and it,
Yeah.
definitely just making notes and probably talking to Jibbet and being Jippet, sorry, and being so how is this thing made? How making all the questions that I myself don't really know, but
Sure.
Ingrid definitely knows about construction and what's it made out of? How long has this existed? Blah blah blah, that sort of thing.
Okay. Sure. So I think what Jippet would answer in those questions, I think he could certainly answer most questions about the materials and the kind of style of what it's constructed from. And he tells you, and assume you had to ask twice for every bit of information you wanted here, and I'll mercifully spare you having to roleplay that entire conversation. He tells you that they were built right before they were completed right before the war. And that they were that they were only actually used, to the best of his knowledge, a couple of times, and the last time was at the end of the war, and they were all of the stations were walled up. Now you'll remember when you came across this, you were in some kind of underground tunnels and came across a broken section of wall that had been busted through, which then led to the room that had the dwarven doors in it. The one thing, when you ask about who built them, he does his usual thing of speaking very confidently a name that you've never heard of before. And when pressed, you see him, as usual, the gears turning, and he says, "Oh, I do apologise. They were actually built by... No. It's like, huh. I don't appear to have a record of who constructed them at all."
No train and no name makes Jippet something. Don't mind if I do.
So yeah, and he seemed to sort of almost malfunction while trying to access information about the who constructed this.
What name did he say before I had to press him?
It was a gobbledygook name. He made one up.
Oh, okay. Got it.
It was clear from the sound of the name that it was like
Yeah.
Gerald Brass build a train man.
Perfect.
And he built the whole thing in a week. It was kind of Jippet's initial assessment on his own, with just him and his little donkey Floyd.
This is how like half of ancient mythology is basically written.
Yeah.
Seems right. Yeah.
But yeah, his when pressed, he doesn't seem to have a record of it at all.
Interesting.
Mr. Jippet, sir, what was this train line used for? Was it transporting the goods or soldiers or civilians? Was it, if it was built during wartime, was it made for war, or was it more for civilization?
Upon pressing, he says, I believe the intention of the lines was to connect the major cities of Playdeen, with the initial intention being to improve the speed at which lords and kings and the like could travel from one place to another. My understanding is the intention was to perhaps proceed to involve it in freight and trade. Something about Jippet as well, by the way, which might contradict something I just said, and if so, then apologies. He doesn't really seem to know anything about the war at all. When describing the timeline of the building, he regards the current year as 3179 in the elven calendar, which is exactly the year that it would be had the war not happened. You know that you're in the year 24 of the Raven Age, following the beginning of a new calendar and a new age. But Jippet seems to have no knowledge of this whatsoever. He also says, I myself have only conducted one journey, or I suppose it's two. I transported the last passengers from Elisandia to Velarion, and that would be just over 24 years ago.
Is that based on what he believes the current year is, or based on what the current actual year is?
Well, 24 years ago is 24 years ago, whether it, regardless of the calendar.
No, but just whether he thinks that the year is not what the year actually is when he's saying 24 years ago. That's what I meant. Like, he's saying as of now, it was 24 years.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Okay, got you.
Mr. Jip, is the name around mean anything to you?
I don't believe so.
All right. That's I'm basically confirming like he said together they seems like they never actually used this system. I mean they had the hole in her house. Right. Last time. whether she did it or not. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
Is she famous?
Yeah, because we're going to raise her name as history, so I reckon you don't need to worry about that.
Very well. I have already deleted the fledgling file that I had just created.
Very good.
Where does he keep the files?
I steal them from other smart people.
They all died so long ago. Jeb, Ingrid. Does the name Ingong the Inquisitor, is that a name that either of you heard before, or is a bit out the blue, but
Ingo.
I think it's highly unlikely that either of you have.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, in fact, I would say it is virtually impossible for Ingrid to have heard it. Jeb, if you can do a crit, then if you hit a nat 20, then I'll give you a bit of info.
Okay, let's roll it. Let's see.
No dice.
No, let's get the bad rolls out of the way. No on that one. So I can't say I've ever heard of Ingon the Inquisitor.
Let's ring a bell.
How do you know him? What's that? Who's that?
I want to be direct about this with both of you, because we're seemingly in this together at this point. As I was meditating last night, I had a conversation with my benefactor, which is rare and entirely uncomfortable and severely nauseating, if I'm honest. But I have a
still
direction.
feeling nauseous? You want another drink? I'll pour you another.
Oh God, yeah. I like half, like I take like a little sip, but try and make it look like a bigger swig, kind of thing. Just like
holding it at your lips, like.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, it's so Moorish, and give it back.
You know what, Lorben? Give me a deception roll. Fuck it. Let's see if anyone buys this.
I mean, I'm good at it. If I don't roll a fucking 5.
I thought it was going to be a nat 1. Yeah, I feel like probably Jeb and Ingrid don't really think that you're taking a massive swig here, but I don't know. On a 10, maybe they're too polite to bring it up. I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think Ingrid is just like, it's okay, it's fine.
We've all had a big day, haven't we? It's 9 o'clock in the morning.
He's just like, this was not my best performance. So I have a direction which graciously was not given to me by Rodney this time. It was a direct name of Ingon the Inquisitor. I have no further information, but the utmost confidence of my benefactor that I will know what to do when the time is right. I believe them as well. But yes, so if we could keep our ears to the ground for that would be fantastic.
Yeah, I reckon if it's someone that we can seek out to kind of help, then I guess it's worth pursuing. Is your patron ill-meaning, trustworthy? I don't know much about warlocks.
What a question.
Jeb, if I knew, I would lie to you. If I'm being honest. Well, but I don't. I truly don't know. What they did in Darius showed a level of power that I've hitherto not seen before. I've never seen it before, I've never seen it since. Since the Crossroads, that is a scale and magnitude of which matches it, but before then, nothing. So, if they wanted to destroy us, I think that would be something within their capability, but whatever it is they want, I hope is well-meaning, but I truthfully don't know. But I am, regardless, tied in.
Fair enough.
Well, I don't know your patron. I don't know much about the company you keep with your feller in the bag there, but you seem like a decent enough man, Lorben, and I think we can, as you said, we're in this together. I think we all know what we need to do, and I reckon that's someone we can seek out and just see where the road takes us.
Not to be a shit stirring bitch or anything. Greg said that he felt that Lorben felt some guilt and responsibility over what happened to Greg Gannon. Does Jeb or Ingrid feel that way?
I think Ingrid feels kind of just like, damn, that's one person that she didn't get to save, more or less. Like, that's kind of the feeling. I don't know if she would. She feels guilt in the sense that, like, she didn't get to save them, but, like...
Yeah. But also, does anyone hold Lorben responsible?
I don't think so.
I don't think Jeb would either. I mean, like, things went the way they went, and it's unfortunate, but it's also, like... It's just, yeah, I don't...
Got away with another one.
Lorben does it again.
Yeah. No, it's
He was my target the whole time.
that's what it's all gonna be. Yeah. No, I think if Jeb blames anybody, it's the Bounders and their goons. Like, yeah, I don't think, because they're obviously hiding something. He already knew that they were up to something that he was not appreciative of, and Gannon is kind of a martyr for the cause, I guess, in the eyes of Jeb.
I feel like Lorben definitely would have picked up on that being your main target of anger and kind of blame, and done as much as possible to direct you towards that rather than himself as well. Realistically, in a
No, I guess that's fair too.
blatantly manipulative move of just like, well, let's not get the blame for this.
Yeah.
Interesting. Cool. Is there anything else that you guys want to talk to each other about on this journey, or jip it, or if not, then we can do a little time skip. But I don't want to rush things along. We've got all the time in the world.
Right.
Just
trying to think.
to say I would have probably mentioned the name to jip it with no expectation of them having any information on them.
Mentioned which name, sorry?
Ingon.
Oh, Ingon.
Just to have said I've done it.
Yeah, I think Jippet... Does Jippet know Ingon the Inquisitor? That's a great question.
I guess with elf lifespans and assuming we're heading towards an elven city, so it maybe actually isn't as possible as I had in my mind at first, but I don't know whether Jippet would know.
I think Jippet does know something. And Jippet says, my records are incomplete, but I understand that Ingon the Inquisitor is someone who was born around 3,000 years ago.
Could you... Jippet, could you double check that?
Yeah. Now this is already his second go, so he's sort of a little surprised, and
I'm like triple checking.
And the wheels turn. He's like, I apologise. I should have been more specific. He was born 2,893 years ago.
That's well outside like an elf lifespan within Fladine, surely, or is that within reason? What's the?
That is, you would not know of any elf that would be alive at the age of 3,000. That the lifespan is about 14 to 1,500 years in Fladine.
Okay, so not even like while that's an old elf, that's like unrealistically old. Like that's like in my mind of like, okay, what the hell is?
Yeah, that's not like a guy who was famous for being long lived. That's a guy that's no fucking shot. Is there an elf currently? That's called that was born 3,000 years ago that's alive.
I'll just turn around after that and be like, well, I don't know what the fuck that is then. I was hoping for an elf. I don't think it's an elf. Fucking devil.
Is there anything else that you all want to cover off, or should we traverse time and space?
I think I'm good.
I think I am too. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Then Gibbet continues to focus on the control terminal. It doesn't seem like it seems that it's not like he's pulling levers and steering a wheel or anything. He's locked into it, and whatever control is going on seems to flow directly from him into this contraption. The day passes. I imagine it would be a fantastically boring time. Does anyone have a good way to pass the time?
I actually do.
Yeah.
Martin. So
Drinking.
like
He's getting caned on Taurus.
during this travel, I think at a certain point Jeb would kind of sequester himself to a corner, kind of in the back, not like to isolate, but to work. So he would set out like kind of sprawled on a bench, some little tools and vials and some materials that he keeps kind of on his person. And after a time, and I need to roll a d6 really quickly, Martino.
No worries. I think as part of this process as well, I think Jeb's would have been, in terms of colour for the story, the replenishing of your spell slots is actually a physical process as well, right? Like that would be because you have to get things flasked. Maybe you're carrying a bag of holding. Maybe in your pack you carry kind of reserves of the ingredients you need to make your spells as well. So I assume this would be a process that would be part of that as well. And
kind of, I guess, and narratively, I think on foot travel, on any travel we do where I'm able to, I'm like kind of like off the side, like kind of picking, and it's just sort of like an understood like background thing that's happening.
So so on a d6 you rolled a 6. I assume that's good.
I have an alchemical ability that I'm going to kind of like you'll see me like kind of like all right then, and like kind of set it aside, and it is a little vial of liquid that kind of like it seems to change color and consistency like at regular sort of pulsing intervals. Like it will kind of appear like kind of viscous and thick, and then it will turn to almost like a gas, like effervescent. It'll go a little neon. It'll kind of turn solid, like it's like stone or ice in it, and it just sort of like is constantly doing this in a weird way. And I'll like zip up my pack and put it away, and I'll walk toward Ingrid and Lorben and say, something I've been messing with here, and I don't know if this will be useful to either one of you, but it's this here, it's a experimental elixirs, something I've been learning about and trying. This one here is for transformation. It'll turn the body, and I'll just read it. It says the drinker's body is transformed as if by the alter self spell. Drinker determines the transformation caused by the spell, and the effect lasts for 10 minutes. So
okay.
I can do this once per day after a long rest.
So can I just clarify? Does everybody have this now? Or did one? Oh, you've got just one. So you've got this, right?
Mm-hmm. And based on the D6, it is, and so I can give it to somebody else.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
What's the shelf life like on these?
I think it
just a day, or
it says finish the long rest magically reduced for experimental elixir implies last touch on the experimental elixir table. And it's triggered when someone drinks the elixir. As an action, you can drink the elixir or administer it to an incapacitated creature. So that's a thing as well. I can create additional ones by expending a spell slot on a first of level 1 or higher for each one. So I can make more. I just have to use spell slots.
So you have something that allows you to essentially alter self, which, and to clarify that, is you decide what you look like, including your height, weight, facial features, sound of your voice, hair length, coloration, and distinguishing characteristics, if any. You can make yourself appear as a member of another race, though none of your stats change. Yeah, great. So it's going to be things of a roughly the same size, i.e., humanoid, and so on.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
So I guess I'm making this. I'm gonna say like, I ain't never tried this one before, but Ingrid or Lorben, you think this might be something that either of y'all could use? If not, I'll just keep it.
This actually reminds me of something. For legal purposes, I am deceased.
Is that right?
Huh.
Yes.
Well,
I'm not
maybe, and I just
undead.
hold it out to you.
Just like poke you to see if you're warm.
Ow.
Like, poke.
I'm warm and squishy, thank you.
Okay, good. Just checking.
No, I was missing, presumed dead, so I don't pay taxes or anything. But
Nice.
it's saved a lot. But yeah, maybe I probably might use a pseudonym at some point. Just popped in my mind when you mentioned altering your appearance. I don't think appearance would be a problem, but just
Well, I'll keep it handy then. I'll just kind of tuck it into my coat pocket. Yeah.
You've sparked a question in my mind, Greg, which is: has Lorben been to Velarion since the war?
Ooh, I think it's such a large population centre that it would be surprising not to have at some point on some kind of patron errand.
But perhaps it's been a little while.
Yeah, it's probably not, at least not since he was last spoken to by his patron. I don't imagine he feels comfortable going somewhere with that many people often, you know.
And Jeb, was Velarion on Jeb's delivery route?
I would think so. Well, actually, you know, that's a really good question. Could I roll for that, actually? Just kind of see what the dice say?
Yeah, I think give me a history roll, and I think I mean, I would say the question of whether or not you've been there is a yes or no, and I don't mind your a 23.
Well, the reason I wanted to leave it up is because I could see logically that all trade would maybe go from Jeb through Oakenford for places that close. So maybe he wouldn't have been, but I would say that
Then again, Velarion is on what I would say two things. Since the war, Velarion sort of operates outside of the jurisdiction of the rest of Pleiadian, right? Everywhere else has got senators. Of course. Everywhere else is in under the control of the Senate, except for Velarion. And the other thing I would say is Velarion is kind of on the way from where you live to Oakenford. Unlike Loom, Ravenport, Ninespire, and Iron Glen, etc., you would kind of go past it anyway.
All right. Well, how about this? I like thinking about it like this. So it's like anything that didn't quite get sold or anything extra I had a connection or two in Velarion.
Okay.
Visit on occasion, and wasn't exactly above board, but you know.
All right, we can work with that. I love it.
All right.
Good. Right. Is there? I feel it's been good info unpacking and stuff like that. Are we ready to proceed forward?
Yeah, I think so.
Good. To mark the occasion, let me change up the music a little bit. So the day passes. Jeb has spent some of that time putting together these elixirs and all the rest of it. You are all fully healed, etc. And finally, after what must feel a lot longer than the approximately 18 hours that Jippet suggested, you begin to feel your carriage begin to slow down. And eventually it rolls in and comes to a stop, and you see a very familiar scene. You see a room that looks virtually identical to the platform at Oakenford. A slight difference to the shape, but the materials are the same, the look of it is the same. There's a consistency of construction and branding, I suppose, if you like. And as you and as it comes to a halt, you see Jippet unplug his hand from the control console and turn around and states, "We have now arrived in Iron Glen. I mean, Velarion."
Yeah, that seems right.
Jippet, we got to get you looked at, friend. You got a little. I think you might have a screw loose up there.
Yeah.
It has been some time since I last was active. It's possible some of my circuitry could be a little amiss.
Yeah.
What is circuitry?
Another thing's like he's going when he thinks about something. That I think.
Oh,
Yeah, I think so
Yeah.
too. There's something clicking and clacking.
thought we
up in
all
there.
had
It's,
that.
yeah.
I mean, ours aren't really like real though; they're more symbolic.
Yeah.
oh.
I would assume.
Martin, I know that my artificing primarily looks like alchemy, but is it something that I could? Would this just be entirely beyond what I've seen, or would be able to even?
Do you have what do you
Look
do?
at?
You have Tinker's tools?
Let me check. I don't think I do. I think a lot of my stuff is more of like cooking.
Well, I think that's the problem, right? Your skill
Yeah,
set as an
right.
artificer is in a different kind of place.
Yes, that's true.
If you had Tinker's tools,
fair.
I would perhaps ask for a roll here, but I fear that this task is perhaps beyond your skills at this stage.
Yeah.
Now, Ingrid as a
might be something
smith,
for a higher level,
I don't know.
yeah.
It's not. It's probably a little more likely, but I don't. This is probably still a little bit unusual, I would say.
Yeah, I feel like Ingrid was thinking about it, but like she was like, "This is much more small and intricate than I usually like deal with."
You're
so I was
you're
like,
used to plates of metal, hit bang hammer, yeah,
I could probably put put them together, but could I make it work?
yeah, fair
I
enough.
know somebody for that, probably.
So
Could maybe
the
do with a little percussive maintenance, a little.
Oh yeah, I'll do it.
so anyway, Jippet is there stood in the carriage. The room is there. The platform is about kind of 20 feet deep, and you can see essentially the back of a similar kind of door to the one that you opened in Oakenford, and you see that next to it there's a lever on the wall.
I don't know if we're about to step out into somewhere good or not.
Yeah, that's a good point. Put your ear up against. Can I press my ear up against like the door and see if there's any sound on the other side that I can?
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Though it's going to be another high DC. I'm going to say it's going to be an 18 to beat. Oh, look at this boy! Look at this! Look at these! I don't want to hear moaning about the rolls today, folks.
Y'all shut the hell up.
You.
We're silent.
What I will say is, you press your ear to the door, your lovely velvety rat ear. You cannot hear anything, but I think it's not the absence of you being able to hear. You feel confident that there is nothing immediately the other side of the door. Maybe you can. I suppose you would need to be able to hear something to clarify that.
A little drip or something.
Yeah, maybe you just yeah, exactly that. You hear a little bit of water dripping on the other side.
All right. All I can hear is a little drip of water. I think it might be another closed off cavern. Maybe it seems quiet. I think we're okay to pull that lever.
Like to do the honors?
I guess I will. Here we go. Here goes nothing. And so yeah, I'll take hands and just pull it down.
Ready, just in case.
Shunk. This and you feel that you remember what I said about the train when it started moving last time. There's almost like a rust layer that had to crack off before it could begin moving. It's a similar kind of feel to the doors. There's a real heaviness to the sort of initial almost grinding open, and then after a moment you feel it sort of shunk, and then the doors open, and all that's in front of you is it would be too generous to even call it a corridor. About 10 feet of floor, of rock floor, paved, like stone, and a ladder at the wall 10 feet or so in front of you. The ladder goes up about 25 feet to a ceiling that is just stone.
No hatch, no.
Well,
Give me an investigation check. In fact, everybody give me one.
Alright.
I'm doing this from the bottom of the ladder because that is a high ladder. Oh yeah, no, I did do it from the bottom of the ladder.
You did it from the bottom of a different ladder.
oh dear.
Wait, no shit, let's go up that one.
Ingrid, on an 18, you can see. We're peering up into this thing. You see. You can just see between a couple of the stones the slightest crack of light coming through between a couple of the stones at the top of the ladder.
I'll point that out and say I could probably hit this with this mace that I have. Maybe I could get him loose. You want me to
Sounds
try?
great. Yeah.
Give me an attack roll.
Can
Well, so you're going to climb up the ladder firstly, and then whack it with a mace, right?
Yeah.
Give me an attack roll.
All right. Oh.
Oh dear.
Clang. You hear the sound of this of metal on stone. A horrible sound, really, but it doesn't seem to budge.
Try just pushing it.
I mean, okay. Try.
Give me
I can try.
Ingrid. Give me a strength check.
Oh yeah, I'm strong. Right.
Oh right, my muscles.
No, I'm not that strong though.
Oh dear.
Ingrid's.
We've been waiting for days.
I think
And
Ingrid.
so ends our campaign.
You're
Trapped in a
stuck in a thing where you all starve to death. Ingrid, on a 12, I think as you sort of push against it, I guess mostly testing it to see what's going on, I think you can feel almost the entire section of stone move a little, but you can't dislodge anything.
Is there like a certain stone you can push on, or is it like a secret? Is there a mechanism?
Do you want to come up here and look? That's not my
I reckon
expertise.
I reckon I could. Yeah, and I'll kind of scramble up the ladder.
Which
Somehow climb like above and around Ingrid.
yeah, your sass right now.
So from your closer
Punchline while we're doing this.
from your closer vantage point, then Jeb, give me investigation with advantage.
All right. I really like the idea of Jeb looking at this and like the way a little rodent's nose will like twitch, like they're smelling, you know, it's like cute to me. All right,
Very
so
cute.
I'm sorry, I got caught up in it. This is an investigation roll.
Yeah, with advantage.
Okay. Oh,
Who's
with
thinking about
advantage.
rats again?
I was just thinking about them rats.
Those little guys.
A 21.
Cha 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 cha.
He's off and running again.
Yeah.
I think Jeb. I should have asked for a different role, but it's okay.
I'll give you what you want, brother. Tell me.
Well, actually, yeah. You know what? I think
It'd just be a different bonus.
you. Well, that's true. I suppose we could do that. Let me just check what I want from you. Actually,
All right. I'll just wait up here.
Performance.
I want to ask you for... So actually, I think I wanted an intelligence check with advantage. So what would that have looked like? So your intelligence is a +3. What was it on investigation?
With investigation is +5, so with +3 it'd still been a...
Still a 19 then, yeah?
Right?
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Much the same. So I would say that your investigation, Jeb, focuses on the kind of mortaring between the stones. And you maybe like run your fingers along it to see what it's made from. And I think you can...
like I'm looking for a mechanism or like a press or so. Yeah.
There's no like buttons or switches or anything. This appears to just be a stone floor.
Okay.
But the mortaring between the stones, I think you know that it would be compromised if exposed to acid. And also I think even you, like, no offense, Ingrid is a very strong person. Even you, when you're pushing on it, can sense a little bit of give. But again, it's almost like a section of the floor has a bit of give on its own. Like perhaps something strong enough could dislodge it, but it would just need fantastic amount of strength.
All right. Well, all right. I'm at the top of the ladder. I'm kind of calling back down. I'm like, all right. It looks like we can either hit the shit out of it, knock it loose, or I got this here, and I'll take out something that y'all have seen me use before. It's Tasha's Caustic Brew, which is a pretty strong acid spell. But I can basically, it's like, or I can melt this on bitch away, and we can go through that way.
Isn't it right above your head?
Yeah, I'd have to like wedge it up here, and then one of y'all hit it with something.
Okay.
But consider, well, is acid poison technically?
No, poison's a completely different thing.
Oh, dang,
It's a
never mind. I
condition.
was like, I'm resistant to that. I can just punch through it. It's fine. I'll just rage.
Just don't get the ladder. Don't get your face. Are there any other dangers here?
Well,
I think those are the main two.
Can I just take the opportunity to just remind you of the properties of Caustic Brew? A stream of acid emanates from you in a line
right.
in a line 30 feet long.
Oh, a line.
In a direction you choose.
So up.
So you could do it up, for sure. Now, I don't know how you want to put the colour on that, whether it emanates from you or whether you've got some kind of super soaker sort of device, like a big water gun that you can like.
I assume it was like he chugs it and then just turns into Godzilla. Is how I was
Well,
picturing it.
or maybe you chug something and can spew it.
Yeah, actually, the way I did it the first time I used it was I chugged it and then I just like and like spit it in a blast forward. Yeah.
Okay.
So I could do. All right. So I'll be like, all right, well, I guess this is what we're doing now. Stand back, and I'm gonna slide down the ladder. Y'all get back now. I'm like,
Got it. I'll get ready to like catch you if you want to like just like drop.
Oh no, I'm on the ground at this point,
Oh,
so
okay.
I'll just turn around and like I'll take my thumb and like pop the cork off of it. Be
Yeah.
Like, here's mud in your eye.
Is it fair to say that Ingrid and Lorben have just got the fuck out of the way of this?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just staring in abject horror. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I
Jeb,
met some kind of otherworldly being in my dreams last night, and I'm watching a rat throw up acid up. Like, just wrecked up.
you
I'm just thinking
it
about
looks
how
pretty
metal this
disgusting.
You do this thing, Jeb, that is the most disgusting thing that anyone's ever seen you do, and this putrid fucking liquid comes like a fountain up into the air, splashes against the stones above you, and you can hear it working, and you begin to hear the stones kind of start to shift a little. Jeb, get clear.
Yeah. I'll kind of wipe my mouth with my sleeve and be like, I think that'll do it.
And then seconds later,
Nice.
blam! the bottom of the ladder, you see the floor in front of you decorated with about 20 of these largish stones, still kind of hissing and fizzing as the last of the mortar is. And there's sure enough a shaft of light above you, and I think looking up you can actually see a roof above you.
Well, watch your step now. I think it'll settle down in a little bit, but don't try not to step on them stones.
I want to kick one of them for good measure, but other than that,
Your
not
boot
one of the
is
silly
gone.
one.
You're why are you testing me as a DM, Lissy, to make you roll for damage?
Ingrid was just annoyed that she couldn't break it.
You know what? You know what? You take one. You take
I
one
like
H.
that.
You take 1 HP damage.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, you see a vision.
Ooh.
Whoa.
I suppose this would count as an attack by Jeb.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was gonna say she sees a vision of the stone getting like hit by her
Get-
axe and being like, "What a chump!"
The rock's just a badly used weapon in this context, I guess.
I'm going to say you have a flash of Jeb's life, but it's him getting up to no good and like bunking off school in the holler as a kid.
Yeah.
Mm.
You get a line, I'll get a pole, baby.
So who's first up this ladder?
I think I am out of fear.
Okay, Lorben,
They are scrambling.
you climb up this
Giggling a little.
you climb up this ladder, and as you reach the top and peer over the side, you see like the building is like a little storage shed. It's got a bunch of tools, and like a workbench and stuff like that, and stood at the far end. The room is perhaps kind of 35 feet long, and stood at the far end where you are. You're quite near the kind of one end of it. You see a female elf holding a broom as if to attack, but like holding it close to her body and just like staring at the hole in the ground, and that's where they are. Now I need a wee, so that could be a little mini cliffhanger.
Oh, thank God, me too.
Okay, we'll call. I'm gonna go and have a one. Good. So Lorben, you pop your head over over the side and see this terrified-looking woman. Now, I was thinking about this. I assume that as a half-elf, right, you would have a degree of familiarity with other elves that would allow you to the same way that I can look at someone and say, oh, they look about 30. You could do that with someone who looks about 800.
I think you could probably place the hundreds after from a look, and you can probably place the tens after a little bit of talking.
Okay.
That's how I picture it.
Yeah. So you see this elf woman who looks to be around 300 years old.
Much older than me.
Quite a, yes, you're a bebe.
Oh, half elf.
And she's just stood there kind of just stunned, holding this broom in her hand up as if ready to swipe. And as your head pops over, she like ah! She's 30 feet away, like
Yeah.
no danger of hitting you.
I like duck out of politeness a little bit. I'm like, oh,
Roll for initiative.
Yeah.
Don't distract
Hello?
them, please.
May I ask what language you would speak to her in?
oh, instantly elvish.
Instantly Elvish, yes.
But, like, he's code switcher, you know. He's
Yeah. So you go. So sorry. Hello. Yeah. Go on.
Hello. I am terribly sorry about your flaw.
What? And then she sort of like relaxes. She's like, well, this is typical, isn't it? I knew this was going to happen.
What?
Well, you may as well come up.
Yeah, I have a couple of friends with me. I don't believe they know Elvish. I'm not certain, but I hope you don't mind if we maybe switch to common for their sake, or I suppose I've never asked them if they know Elvish. Maybe they do.
No, I don't believe so.
Lorben, why are you talking funny? Who's up there? What's going on?
Yeah, just look over like
Answer your question.
She hears Jeb's calling up and she's like, "How many of you are there? This isn't a 3-person job."
Insulted. Of course it is.
Sorry, how many were we supposed to bring?
Well, I've been doing it all by myself.
Are you the bleeding?
Am I the what?
I'll get my friends up. Sorry, let me introduce yourself properly. I'm just like desperately like, is this a robbery? What is happening?
We're just on the ladder behind you, just like looking, and he's like,
Whoa.
I
So-
feel like if I've stumbled in on a heist, and I'm like, okay, we're in a heist now. Like,
The three.
I guess.
So the three of you climb up into this.
Elven's
So
11.
this looks. It's like a stone cottage, but it's but just a small stone building with, as I say, it's got like. You look on the wall and see that there are sort of farming tools. And like a workbench and some other stuff like a couple of there's like spare horseshoes hanging on the wall and stuff like that. And the three of you come up and she kind of doesn't really look scared anymore, but looks irritated. I think is the best word. She walks over to Lorben. She's talking common now, so you can all understand, and shoves the broom into your chest. It's like, well, there you go.
yeah. Did you have any other instructions or requests?
You want me to? This is so insensitive. They hire a replacement and expect me to train them on the job as well.
It's awful these days with
The corporations.
they've got no respect for us, do they?
No
I'm
respect.
finally getting it.
No
Can't
respect.
even find good workers because woke.
No respect at all. And then,
I give the broom to Jeff.
I just very, very awkwardly, just like where I'm standing, just like sweeping a little bit. Just like, I don't know what's happening.
I gesture a hand at Ingrid to like, go on.
What do you want from me?
You don't know.
she
Looking around.
she sits down in a chair and just sort of slumps down and looks really disappointed. She's like, I just don't understand what more I could have done. I have done everything, and I've worked here for 4 years, and
Well, ma'am,
and they hire 3 people to replace me. I mean, if they need 3 people, why can't I stay?
When did they tell you that you were being let go?
Oh,
Or have they not broken the news
They
yet?
they never tell you, do they? This is how.
Oh, I've got fantastic news for you. You're not fired.
Poor woman.
What would you call it then?
yeah. Jeb is going to play his hand at playing along with Lorben. He's not typically good at this kind of thing, but it seems in this instance, I kind of see where he's getting. He's like, I think, yeah, he's right. You've been promoted.
Yeah, promoted.
Promoted to.
Ingrid is just like stepping behind these guys, like I don't know what the fuck is happening. Y'all do this. Go for it.
Promoted to
It's
what?
that thing of like you've told a lie, someone else is trying to back you up, but they've escalated the lie.
Yeah.
You're now like, oh fuck.
Now you're on the hook.
Oh, I'm not helping with
somewhere,
this.
somewhere Jeb learned about yes-anding, and so
Yeah.
Someone's gonna know, but eventually.
So, Jeb, I think no, she says promoted to what?
I think you're head of the cleaning crew now. I think we work for you.
Give me a deception roll, Jeb, with advantage. Why not?
Okay.
I love this.
DC 12. Fucking dummy.
Perfect. Fuck you guys.
She just looks absolutely baffled at you and goes, "But I was already the only person. What are you talking about? Who are you?"
I missed a spot. I'm just gonna wander over to a corner.
Hey! You can at least wait until I've left.
We're your new underlings? You're now managing the cleaning. They've basically said she's doing such amazing work. We need to get more people involved. They gave me this. I think it was your bonus. I'm gonna pull out what's a reasonable amount of money in this situation? 10 silver.
10
That
silver. I
feels
was
like-
going to say 10 silver, yeah.
Yeah, that feels about right. A gold piece feels weird. 10 silver feels about right. They gave me this. They said it was your bonus, but you know what they're like. They never tell you themselves, and then just like,
Okay. Lorben,
Fully bribing
Lorben,
this
give
one.
me. Well, yeah. Well, does it work as a bribe, or do we want to? I'm trying to work out if we want persuasion, deception, or nothing at all here.
my intent is to try and double down on the lie, but trying to give a reason to want to believe them more.
Okay, so give me deception with advantage, and we'll lower the DC slightly to 10.
Oh, that could have been bad.
That could have been real bad. She's really hesitant, and so I should perhaps describe her physically a little more. She's, certainly not, as you probably would assume by this point, certainly not someone who is visibly wealthy. Looks like quite a normal sort of the mill. Is wearing like a normal sort of tunic with essentially like dungarees. Basically,
Yeah.
and has her hair like tied up in a sort of ponytail, and is wearing like a little straw hat. She looks a little bit like Jeb. She's
Brave Jeb.
so she looks at she sort of looks along at the group of you. Typically, do the three of you now always wear the outfits that you got in Galbromas? The nice clothing that you were given by Ravinia.
I think Lorben's settled with it a little bit.
Yeah.
It was just like, mine isn't quite as good as theirs. I don't know if I should. He might have kind of gone back towards his usual attire.
She takes this coin, these 10 silvers from you, and sort of stares at them. And she goes, "Do I get the day off?"
Of course.
Well,
I think we got it from here.
I guess the only thing I had left to do was clearing out the stables, so
Leave it to us.
Oh, we've got that. We've got loads of experience with horses.
Get on
I did
with it.
back off one once. Yes, ma'am.
Right away, yes, ma'am.
Yes.
she pockets the 10 silver and like, and then she just sort of looks. Well, you tell me. Are you leaving the building? You got to go clear some stables.
I mean, yeah, we're letting her
know
get a
where
little
we
bit of
are.
lead time, aren't we? Oh yeah, she wants us to do it right away. Yeah, I suppose so.
She you exit. You don't even see her like wander back to the hole in the floor that you created and just like peer into it and just like
The weirdest interaction.
cleaning manager. Now
Just emerge through the floor and tell her she's taking the day off.
the three of you emerge from this building and it's the morning. So I assume this will already happen somewhat, that there'd be a blinding acclimatization to the daylight after spending most of a day underground. So actually, what time would it be? It was nighttime when you left, so it would be about middle of the day. Actually, I think is what it would be. So you come out into what is plainly the middle of a farm. To your left, you see this scene, and you see the beautiful elven city of Velarion, constructed as it is on a hillside, and certainly we never really asked Ingrid. Has Ingrid ever been to Velarion?
I was trying to decide.
My suspicion was probably not, but
Yeah, probably not.
I couldn't
Probably
really
not.
think of a reason why she would have been based on what we know, but it's not
Yeah,
impossible.
no, I don't think so.
So this is a brand new scene to you, Ingrid. This city's quite large. It's sort of set into the side of a hill that goes up and up and up, and then you can see atop. It's got a very grand looking palace. You can hear ambient noise even at your distance from the city. The other side of the farm, the farm is actually set within. There is like an outer wall that encircles, as far as the eye can see. It goes off way into the distance, and so the city is kind of to you're on the southeastern corner of the city. And as I say, you can hear the buzz. There are birds flying overhead. It's a place that just teeming with life. You're in the middle of a farm. Lorben, did you want to know more about your immediate surroundings?
I was curious. No, you answered what I was going to ask. I'm guessing the lady whose name I don't think we actually asked is
Rude.
Walked off in some general direction.
She's still in the building you came up into, actually.
Oh, okay. So she would see us if we just buggered off away from the farm right now.
Yeah?
Shit. I guess we need to clean some stables.
Where are the stables?
Absolutely not.
If you look, you're between you and the city, there is a field of wheat being grown. If you want to try and sneak away, I will give you the opportunity to do a stealth roll if you'd like.
Please.
I think we should all
man.
do some stuff.
All right, now Lorben, you get
try.
your stealth with advantage. But what I'm going to say is, as a group, we need to beat an average of 10.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
But everybody, give me a stealth roll. It's not.
No.
It's a bad start.
I
No,
got 10. It's
nobody even. Oh, only one person even makes 10. Oh no, hang on, Lorben, you got a 12. So hang on. Oh, actually. So Lorben, you got a 12. You got a 10. Oh no.
Well, 10 of 5 is not going to do it.
No, it's not. No, you're just under.
Oh, just under.
That's wild.
You're average of 9. That's too bad. So, well,
Yeah.
I guess if we were attempting this, the woman comes out and is like, hey, where are you going? Her demeanor since you told her she was the manager has completely changed. She's like, the stables are there. You know what?
Oh, no, we're just admiring the view, ma'am. We're getting right to it. Just a little break, you know?
We're not actually.
She's like, you know what? This was better before you even came along. The three of you, you're fired. Get out of here.
Oh no, please! I walk away.
Oh, I got kids to feed.
Just slapping Jeff.
Oh no!
I'll throw the broom down and just like fake crying as I run into the field. Like,
she walks back into the building, muttering to herself, "You just cannot get the help these days." And then she sort of stands in the room, looks down at the hole again, and looks at her broom or whatever she's now holding, and it's like, wait a minute. Anyway, that's for her to figure out. Well, let's pick up the adventure with the three of you.
I'm gonna be thinking about that woman for the rest of my life. Like,
oh my god!
How do you learn so little about the world in 300 years that's how you account? Like, that's how you experience that.
That sounds like a privileged question to ask. Now, I think we established that Lorben and Jeb know the city reasonably well, right? Where do you think? I assume you're heading in the direction of the city. You're as I say, you're within the outer walls. You will soon come to. Let me actually remind myself of the geography.
There's a few general kind of worldy questions I wouldn't mind asking about.
Yeah, far away.
The city in terms of like how monitored or like administrative is like entry into the city. Is it like they're taking names, they're taking fees, like to actually let you into the city, or is it just like open gates or even no walls? You can freely go in and out of the bounds. Or
yeah, a very good question. I think certainly the last time you were here, it wasn't a place that would note down your names. It was relatively free to pass. I think each time that you've been to the city since the war, because you're a half elf, there's been like perhaps a slight hesitation. Also, I think you would know, Jeb, that while your face is known by most of the guards, because you've got a couple of contacts, you've got a couple of people that you said you dealt with, there is like a little bit of caution around non-elves entering Velarion now. This is not something you ever experienced before the war, but post-war, there's a degree of trepidation about non-elves. However, it's mostly humans that are treated with, or to be specific, are not allowed in the city.
Right. Yeah, I think to avoid some of that prying and some of that sort of like, because I mean, Jeb stands out quite a bit, right? Like it's not every day that they see a rat folk like wandering around the city. But I think that he would have maybe found some thoroughfares in that are a little less guarded, you know, like kind of on like the I think less well-to-do edges of town that he can kind of make his way in, you know.
I think the reality is, firstly, you're inside the city wall already. You're inside the outer wall already. You've come up inside that perimeter. If you are intending to go about the city, elves are going to see you a lot. Right. You know, I think trying to hide is going to be completely futile, basically.
Yeah, it's less by the goal of hiding, and it's more to avoid, like, say the patrols of like the the higher guard or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like just places where they're not going to be as many to be like, what are you doing here? Stop. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
Oh, and you may wish to know, by the way, because since you mentioned it, that there is a city guard, and they are known as the Veldari, which I think Jeb and Lorben you would certainly know, and Ingrid maybe you'll come to know. Something that I'm going to have to work hard to try and remember, and perhaps you can all help me a little bit with this. As you might expect in an elven city, they mostly speak Elvish. So Jeb and Ingrid, you may need to ask people to speak Common if they don't willingly do so upon seeing you. So by default, I would assume that anyone you speak to here is speaking Elvish in the first instance. What I would probably say is... I think actually no, the more sensible thing to do is to assume that they are gracious enough to speak Common and assume that you don't speak Elvish if they're talking to you. However, anyone talking just to Lorben will be speaking Elvish.
That makes sense.
Was there anything else that you all wanted to know about the city of Velarion as we come closer?
I suspect I'll find out when we get there.
Mm-hmm.
The
I'm
last
trying to remind myself on what our main objective goal was in the city right now.
we were looking for a specific.
It was the uncle.
Trying to find their name. I'm sorry.
Tillus Trilline.
Thank you. I knew it started with T.
Galanor's uncle. And this was
Right.
this was of course someone that you were directed to previously by Velarion in the Forest of Taran as well, who had the book that you consulted. He was the author of the book that was about the gods, and when you consulted it, the pages on Asmanos were missing.
Right.
That's actually reminded me of something that I should have done right at the end of that encounter with our elf friend, which is that as she fires you, she yells for you to. She goes. She yells to you to get off my farm, and may get off my farm. And may Asmanos keep you in his bosom.
Oh, that's interesting. So some people around here worshiping or still regarding Asmanos.
Saying it without any fear or anything as well.
I know that's an interesting thing.
Well, perhaps this isn't surprising. I mean, it obviously would be jarring given that you've been operating for some time now in an area where the name is not spoken. But then again, that is an edict of the Senate. It's the conquering forces of Playdeen who outlawed the discussion of Asmanos in Playdeen, and Velarion sits sort of outside of that jurisdiction for now.
So, I'm forgetting little bits of world lore.
No worries.
Probably quite impactful. Is Velarion in it basically like an independent city-state within
Correct.
Playdeen at this point?
Yeah. So it was the second city, and it's where the Elven King and the remnant of his house fled to at the end of the war.
Right, okay.
So
they're independent, at peace with the outer parts of Playdeen.
It's like a Cold War. There is absolutely no love. While elves do live elsewhere in Playdeen, particularly in what was Elisandria and now Ninespire, they are now sort of treated as second-class citizens there. They live in relative peace and quiet across the rest of the thing, but there's obviously a lot of resentment and whatnot, and some people are just kind of like, well, I'm just trying to make the best of it. the city of Velarion, I think you would certainly already know, is essentially in a Cold War situation with the rest of the country. They don't send, they don't have a senator at all. You know, they have no representation in Nine Spire. And they don't send traders to Oakenford.
I see.
Okay.
As you approach then the city, and you come closer, you come to the bridge that crosses over the Nolden River, which runs down the eastern side. You're kind of at the point where the two rivers meet. You've got the Jingon River, which comes from the west, and the Nolden River, which comes from the north, and they converge at this point on the southeastern corner of Velarion, and go south. The bridge crossing over from that is to a part of the city that I suspect, Jeb, is where you would be most familiar. It's on the... Velarion is essentially comprised of 5 tiers, and the bottom tier is, as you might expect, more working class, and in fact on the southeastern corner you come to Evercraft Quay, the dockyards of Velarion, and you can see vessels, small boats, loading and unloading that go up and down the rivers. And you can see cargo being handled in this area. Where do you think there's a couple of things going on with the three of you now. Where do you think is your first port of call? What do you want to do or find out? The other thing that you notice, and the city feels busy. There's a lot of people. It feels too big, like cramped with the number of people in certain areas. And the other thing that you see is that that people are in the process of doing, and you can see evidence of this as you look up the hill as well. There's some kind of event being prepared for. You can see like signs going up and sort of some decorations. The flag of the Elven King flies from every place imaginable, really, and that's kind of what you can see. And you can actually see people in the process of erecting various decorations in relation to some kind of event.
City's
I'm
bustling.
guessing
today.
there's no kind of like obvious event that we would be able to tie this to. Just
I think
knowing the season or anything.
Lorben, give me a history check.
Ingrid at this point is just gonna kind of let them lead because she's never been here. So
Yeah. You can't put your finger on it.
I look at Jeb and just like, do you? I don't know what this is.
Well, what day is it? Lost track of time. Could I possibly roll as well, Martin, just to see if like I would maybe account for the calendar?
I know it sounds like I know it's going to sound like I'm picking on you. If you can roll a nat 20, I'll give it you.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
it happened once. It could happen
yes?
again.
History.
Well, it's got to be a nat 20. It doesn't matter. Here we go. Oh, no.
Is that? Hang on. Let me just double check. Is that a? No, it doesn't look like it.
That is, yeah, he's just strong on
It's a number. It's fine. It's close enough.
There's the 2, and the 0 is the 0 that I'm going to give you in terms of information. It's bustling. It's the middle of the day. You're on the dockyards on the kind of southeastern corner of the city.
I suppose I'll look at the other two, just like, So we have a name. How do we find a single person within a city like this?
It's a good question.
How indeed.
Well, Lorben, I don't know much elven at all. So
Yeah.
Same.
you may need to be our interpreter. Now, something you can tell me. How can you say, like, in common, please? Or like, how can you say, like,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
I only
Very
speak.
good phrase.
Yeah.
And then like it's just like breathy tongue noises. Like
So Lorben's gonna
consonants and like anything is.
Lorben's gonna teach the two of you the phrases that you would learn if you were like going to Italy, right? Like thank you,
Yeah.
please,
Hello.
and
Bathroom.
how much 2 beers, how much is this, and a very polite version of. Is it possible for you to speak common?
All right.
Cool.
All right. Well, as we're walking, I'll be practicing, and so you hear under
Me
my
too.
breath, kind of going like,
No, it's more the tip of the tongue. It's more the.
oh, right.
You need to roll your runes more. You're not quite getting it there.
Okay, I'll keep trying.
The
As we're walking, I'll randomly just like look at a person and go like.
one of them somebody stops and looks at you and goes yes, I can speak common.
Oh, thank God.
Um,
Oh, thank God.
she says,
How do you do, ma'am?
may I help you?
Oh, I'm just trying to practice my elven. I ain't quite getting it just yet. I'm sorry.
I understand, Alvin. I'm terribly sorry. He was just practicing and he got a little overexcited.
And she
About something. I don't know.
Ridiculous language.
We're fifth cousins, apparently. It's crazy how quick.
Wait.
she turns to you and speaks in common, but still speaks really slowly, and goes, "It's very good. Keep working at it." And then
I understood that just fine.
as she
Thank
walks, she walks off.
Just have a grumpy look on my face. It's so nasty.
Ingrid's just like, this is bullshit.
I just put my hands on my shoulders and it's like, that might be the nicest elven person you speak to. So we should keep moving.
Oh no.
Jeb, you said maybe you got a couple of contacts in Velarion. Who might they be?
Right. Well,
What sort of a person would that be?
All right. Put me on the spot, why don't you? I think that there probably would be people that I would deal with would possibly be like, I could see having a contact on the key. Actually, is somebody maybe like
Makes sense to me.
that could perhaps do some shipping like over the ocean, right? Or down the river.
Or maybe just someone who you deliver Tormis to in Velarion, and they themselves distribute it to the inns and taverns here. Or maybe you know an innkeeper.
Yeah,
He's so
another
helpful.
innkeeper.
Is Jeb a smuggler?
Now,
You
Lorben,
Torvis
smuggler's an unkind
That's
word.
an ugly word.
Yeah, we
Just
don't.
transport.
No,
It's fine.
It sounds better in Elvish, I'm sorry.
not every place is as keen on the product for whatever political reasons, but I'm a above board businessman.
Do you think?
I make an honest living.
Do we regard that Tormist is an illicit substance in Velarion? Is that what you do? You think so?
I think in some places it is. I think in certain places it would be maybe like because of high society.
Right. There's
or-
a sort of snobbishness about this. This isn't a.
Yes,
This isn't a
exactly.
20-year single malt. This is hick
Yeah.
moonshine.
Exactly. Yes, I think that there's some people that would very derogatorily call it like rat swill, or you know what I mean, or something like that. Like
Now we're
it would have
cooking.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I love that.
Tor piss, more like, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So so who's your guy?
Her name is
Yeah, what is her name?
Myla Renauld.
Myla Reynolds. How do you spell that last name again?
MYLA-REHNALD. Myla Renauld.
Myla Reynolds, yeah. And so what did we decide she was? Is she an innkeeper, or she can't be an innkeeper because she doesn't have an alliterative name?
Oh, you're right. Her name is Myla Renauld. No, it's fine.
You just spelled it wrong.
Is
Sorry.
Yeah, it's smudged in the notes, you know.
She's like a shipmaster on the docks. Like she kind of is in the intake, like receiving and comings and goings of ships. Yeah.
So you would know where to find her then. So you guys are looking for some direction. You're looking for someone. Maybe fucking ask. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's what I'll do. Is as we're walking, I'll be like, "Well, I said I ain't having no luck. I guess we can go talk to Miss Myla then."
So master at
I think she'll be over at the shipyards right now.
Great. So nice bit of world building. Nice.
Yeah.
As you
Good job.
make your way, you spot Myla, and she has just finished taking inventory of a small wagon that's just pulled by a person. It's just like almost like a big wheelbarrow. And you see her exchange words with another elf, and they head off with a couple of medium-sized boxes in this little cart that they pull behind them. And she spots you. And so what's the relationship? Do we decide that is she a distributor to the rest of Velarion that you would have given Tormist over to, or?
She is.
Or is she export to you?
I think she's export. Like, I don't think she works for me. I think it's more of like kind of a partnership that I've been like trying to develop more.
A trading partner,
like,
gotcha.
Yeah, so we're friendly, but it's not like she's not as close as I was with Greg. You know, she's more of like a kind of accomplice.
Got it.
Acquaintance, rather.
So she finishes taking inventory of this wagon and shuffling a few bits of paper or parchment, and looks over at you and looks a little. She sort of lifts her hand, sort of like friendly wave, but with a face of kind of confusion on there as you draw closer.
Yeah, I'll kind of take my hat off. Like, I'm a lot more formal with her than I was with Greg, so it's kind of like a doffing of the hat, like sort of about.
Gotcha.
You know, like.
Yeah. And she's quite she's tall but has a sort of roughness to her. You know, she's in a working class trade. She's not dressed fancily, even though she's probably not too bad off. She has jet black hair and quite piercing blue eyes and she as I say, she kind of tilts her head in confusion. She draws closer and she says, "Well, hello, Jeb."
Well, how do you do, Miss Myla? I know this is a bit outside our normal business. How have you been? Pleasure to see you.
Well, I should say so. You're not delivering, are you? We took a delivery yesterday.
Oh, of course. No, not today. Not today. We're here on a bit of business. May I introduce my partners here? This is Ingrid and my elven associate. He's just new to our party. I hadn't quite caught his name just yet. I don't want to say.
Oh, nice. That's awesome, Lorben. What name are you giving?
Oh, that's a very good question.
Enjoy being on the spot, bitch.
Just your name, but in reverse.
That's right.
Nebril.
I don't want to be Nebril.
Everybody loves Nebril.
I think in a split moment of panic, he would introduce himself as Rodney.
Rodney.
Just in a split moment,
Okay.
yeah. Just in a like, he's been so like kind of like, I've got to get these two into the city and everything's gonna be right. And then you're just like, he's like, oh fuck, I didn't think of a name this time. Rodney, I'm
Rodney. Lorben, give me a deception roll, please. My feeling is that it's going to be quite hard to convince her of that because you're clearly elven, or half elven, I suppose.
half elven.
I suppose she might think the human side of it could. Your human parent might have named you Rodney, but let's have a deception roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
She
Very nice.
she
I'll take it.
she looks at you kind of almost apologetically, Lorben, and is like Rodney. Of course. In her head, she's thinking like, this poor elf got the shittest name. Like that. That's what she's thinking to herself.
I think I'm reading that immediately, and just like, honestly, if you have anything that you could offer to elf it up a bit, I would happily take suggestions.
Right.
I have enough on my plate, I'm afraid. Jeb, yes, business. She said Zeke made a delivery to us yesterday, so we've got plenty of Tormist.
Oh, good old Zeke, trusty Zeke. I'm glad to hear that. But no, well, we're actually here, and Rodney's here helping me. You know that my Elvish is just about as good as his name is. So trying to, he's a good envoy here in the city for me right now. I'm sorry. No, we're actually
It's just
we're
rude.
Well, and I'm trying to find my way around in the city and looking for a couple people, wondering if you might be able to help us out.
I'll do my best.
All right. Well, have you ever heard the name Tillus Trilline?
Tillus Trilline. She turns and yells to one of her kind of workers. It's like, Falmore, do we know what Tillus Trilline? Did you say Tillus Trilline?
That's right. Yeah, he's an author.
You see this elf come over and he's kind of like using a rag to wipe his hands. He says, Tillus Trilline, I think was he not a professor at the academies?
Oh, the academies. All right.
Yes, I think so. I think maybe he is, or maybe was. I don't. I very rarely travel up to the academies myself. But yes, I think maybe he was a professor there.
All right. Well, no, that's mighty helpful, and I reckon we can find our ways there. And I'm gonna kind of vaguely point in the direction of the rest of the city.
Yeah.
Like, would it be kind of that way?
She grabs your hand and sort of steers it to the. And she points up to.
I let her kind of puppet me, and I kind of laugh.
Yeah. She points up to one of the. I think it's actually one of the higher echelons of the city, one of the higher tiers. And she says, "You see the sort of orangish buildings there? Just head into head up there." And
oh yeah, okay.
she says, "Are you here for Observance Day?" And she turns to Lorben specifically and says, "Are you here for Observance Day?"
Of course.
Why, yes, we are.
Well,
Most auspicious occasion.
she gives you the standard elven salute of the old elven army and puts her fist across her chest and says, "Amarista."
Amarista.
I missed her.
Jeb, don't.
Embarrassed her.
Embarrassed her. You're embarrassing me.
Already knew her. Hey.
She let me just check if there's anything else that I want to cover off with Myla.
Her helping hands. That guy's name was Thalius, was it?
the guy that she called to, Falmore, Falmor.
We'll just put that in my little pocket list of names.
Yeah, she after saying Amare Star, she says, well, in case you don't know, you can pick up your masks from any tavern or any house of prayer.
Oh, very good. We'll get it along the way. Now, and so there's another name. There's something we just curious about. Wondering if you might know.
I'm gonna put a hand on Jeb's shoulder. Just kind of. Which Jeb is this?
Who were you going to ask about?
Well, okay. I will sense that and be like, we are all starving. Is there anywhere good to eat on the way in between here and the academies?
She says, well, and she just points over to the other side of the dock area, kind of where the first level rise of cliff is, and kind of set back against it. She says, well, there's the pennant, of course. You must have been there before.
No, I guess I hadn't. You know what, Mila? One of these days, I need to come into town. You just need to take me around and show me the city. It's beautiful, and I don't ever see much more of it than this here key.
If I ever got a day free to do so, Jeb, I'd be happy to. She says to Lorben, to Rodney, she says, Rodney, have you been to the pennant before? You're not from Velarion, obviously?
No, just visiting. I don't think I've actually had the pleasure.
Just a word of warning. He's lovely, but the innkeeper there... maybe I shouldn't... You'll see for yourself. He's lovely. Just yeah.
He's lovely, or he's lovely?
She just sort of chuckles and just slaps you on the shoulder. She says, just, you'll see.
Okay.
She's like, I'm really sorry. It's lovely to see you, Jeb, but I've got deliveries and things to get to.
Oh, of course. Now, I don't want to take up any more of your time.
All right.
Molly, you're always so helpful. Thank you.
I may well see you at the War Memorial on Observance Day, although, of course, I'll be wearing a mask, so and you will as well. So I suppose we probably won't know if it's who's who. But I guess...
Well, I reckon you'll recognize me, but...
yes, I suppose I'll be able to make you out, but I'll try and say hello if the opportunity arises. But, well, I won't say...
And I'll try to say hello in Elven, but I'll fail.
She says, I won't say enjoy the festivities, but you know what I mean.
Of course.
Amare Star.
Embarrassed her.
She just looks at Jeb and just like...
Jeff, that one's almost offensive.
Yeah. This is like
I'm doing my best.
This is like the sacred, this is like Semper Fi for the fucking Marines or whatever.
Yeah.
This is like the Elven army's like sacred phrase that they say to each other as a mark of respect. It's like, yeah, exactly. Jeb walking into the fucking US Marines and being like, simplify. Like...
Simplify. Yeah. All right, I'll try harder next time.
It might, if anything, just be confusing to receive it from a rat folk.
That's true. What does it mean? What does that even mean?
I can actually tell you that. It means honor together.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Well, if anything, I'll just say...
And Lorben, you would obviously know that.
Yeah.
Nice to know.
So, to the pennant then?
Yeah, I think I'd probably, on the way out, just be like, Rodney was a panicked decision. We shan't be sticking to that one. And
I was a little concerned you say it loud enough, he's going to poke his head out of that bag, so...
Oh, I was terrified. Also, maybe it might be wise to not publicly be inquiring about the other name.
Right.
I don't know enough about its nature, and the age has me a little bit concerned.
Of course. No, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you for that. I'm glad I was picking up what you were putting down there, but I'll be more mindful of that going forward.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
as you cross the dockyard area, Lorben, you notice that a couple of people sort of nod and say hello to you in Elvish. Obviously, Ingrid and Jeb, you get a couple of some sort of like people sort of follow you with their eyes a little bit as you pass, a little bit surprised to see you. And then and a couple of people actually, Lorben, as they pass, give you the same salute as well, and a couple of them maybe even sort of Amaristar, or just as a greeting.
Yeah.
I tried a few times to see if I can do any better.
Yeah. I think I would try
Could
every
I?
time in general.
I start swatting at them as they continue.
I just wanted to say hello.
You're ruining it.
Hello.
Could I do like a performance check to see if I actually can like improve? a
Yeah,
little better?
Jeb and Ingrid both give
Okay.
me a performance check. Why not?
All
Ooh,
right.
straight roll. Let's go. Oh no.
I'm getting better.
Uh,
I love the image of Ingrid trying to and Jeb being like, no, it's more on the tip of the tongue.
Jeb, you've started, as you kind of pass people and you're sort of just saying hello or something to them in Elvish.
Yeah.
You get a couple of they're sort of like Riley amused looks back, just like and sort of gracious nods of like he's trying, good try. Ingrid, you think you said hello to someone, but what you actually said was cow with a brush, and just get like.
Perfect.
Perfect.
What did I say?
You called that poor lady a cow with a brush.
Oh. Oops.
You'll get it. I'll pat Ingrid and be like, you'll get it. It'll be... It's all right.
no.
I'm really not great at languages. Sorry.
Before the moment passes, can I see if anything that sorry, the name's escaping me, but anything that she had said about
Myla.
anything that she'd said about the observance day, was the
Yeah.
Did any of that ring more bells for Lorben?
Yeah, I think so. I'm tempted to say no roll required, actually. But you know what? It's fun to roll dice. Give me a history check with a DC of 5.
Hell yeah!
If you biff this, you deserve it.
I was almost there.
There you go.
You now realise, of course, Observance Day is essentially like a war memorial day. It's it's a day of remembrance for those who fell in the Crimson War, and I guess you probably would have slipped your mind. You've probably never been here for the actual Observance Day, I would guess, and probably you forget when it actually falls, or when that the anniversary of that comes around. But it actually marks the day that the Elven King abandoned Elissandia and came to Velarion. Which essentially marked the end of the war.
And the masks, is that a custom that he's aware of? Or
I'm going to say no, because you've not been here for Observance Day. So you know that day fall is a thing that is observed. But
probably no more knowledge than just like, oh, there's something with masks, but
Yep.
Like something like that. Yeah. Okay.
To the pennant then.
Yeah.
This building has a real kind of, as a lot of the architecture in Velarion does, has a sort of fairy tale quality to it. A lot of there are like trunks of trees used instead of beams. So there's that kind of less. What's the word I'm after? What's the word I'm after? Less uniform appearance to the buildings. There's a degree of randomness in the architectural style. the city of Velarion, even at the you can see this from the dock. The dock is kind of exempt from what I'm about to say, but you can certainly see it. The city is very green. There's trees everywhere. There's still a lot of grass that there are paths that are kind of carved through the land, but as this hill rises up, there's a lot of trees and bushes, and it's very the trees are or the plant life is weaved through the buildings sometimes as well. As you open the door to the pennant, there's this quite sort of heavy door that you push forward, and indeed this you see this open room in front of you with trees kind of opening out that kind of interact with the building at various points. And indeed, from the outside, you can see that it's almost like the tavern has been built around a tree. It's fairly busy in there. Which this picture does not depict. But the tables are all occupied to some degree or another. You see just various elves. A couple of them are a couple of groups sitting around and laughing. One of them appears to be playing some kind of card game together. And at one table there's just one lone male elf drinking in a quite sort of depressed looking way. And behind the bar, perhaps surprisingly, is a halfling. As the door opens, he looks over and stares straight at Lorben. And is like, "Oh my god. Oh my god, come on in."
Hello.
This guy, he's midway through serving somebody. He puts what he's poured of their drinks on the bar, and comes out from around the side of the bar and walks over and, like, with his hand outstretched, he's like, I'm going to completely pivot on my accent here. He goes, "Oh my god, we've never met before, have we?"
No, I'm Falmore. It's a pleasure.
"Oh, you're Falmore. Stop going West Country. We're Northern Irish."
You're gonna pull me back into Dorset if you go West Country.
He's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it." He goes, "And you're a half elf, aren't you?"
Yes.
only the good half, I suppose.
Yes.
Oh, brilliant. You look around the room and see that it is adorned with tons of paintings of elves. And some of them are sort of kind of famous. You recognise a couple of them. And
I think I know what this guy's deal
but
is.
others are just like random elves that you don't recognise at all. And there's perhaps 30 paintings on the wall, and all of them are of elves.
Are just doing anything, or just like portraits, or
Some are portraits, some are like landscape scenes where it's like elves playing in a river, or elves, like a crowd scene.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the work of Canaletto?
That's literally what I was fucking thinking, Will. What you just wrote in chat. I was like, oh, he's a fucking elf weed.
Oh no.
Oh, man.
He just starts shaking your hand really vigorously. He's like, "Well, I'm Barnard Barnyard, and I've gone straight back into West Country, so I'm just going to have to stick with it."
I think maybe just sell, yeah.
And he's like, "I'm Barnard Barnyard," and oh my lord, I just so exciting. And looks around the room at some of the other elves that are sitting down, and just looks in euphoric joy, and is just like, "Incredible! come in. First time at the
You're
Pennant.
a halfling, I suppose, aren't you a halfling, right?
I am. You know what I am? Yes, I'm a halfling. Oh my god, that's amazing.
Only the good half, I suppose.
Yes, only the good half. The ling half is awful. No, wait. Does that make sense? I'm not.
Sure, and I pat him on the back.
Give me a charisma check with advantage with a DC of 2.
Oh man.
This guy loves you.
That one was lying.
This is
He absolutely adores you.
Yeah.
He's like, well, come in. If I could do it for all your drinks, I would. But the first one's on the house for you. He hasn't even acknowledged Ingrid or Jeb at this point, by the way. Hasn't even seen you.
hell.
Actually, to that
They're
point-
actually very close. They've spent a lot of time with elves.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
that right?
how do you do, Barnard? It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, sure. Now,
Hey.
Mr. Falmore.
Unexpected, yeah.
Mr. Falmore, you were saying,
Yes.
what can I get for you?
I'm gonna look to Jeb and Ingrid to see, like, what do you want to drink?
Ale.
I think,
An ale.
I think a little mead and a bit of bread would be nice.
Oh,
Oh,
Maybe
that
some
sounds
yeah,
good
that's-
too.
Meat,
they got?
bread, cheese, ale.
Something like that.
We're kind of looking for a full meal, really.
Well, I'd love to. He looks around the room. Every table is occupied. He says, he's like, 2 seconds.
About to bump someone.
He goes, well, there's 3 seats over there with Bariad, and he points at the table that's got the one guy sitting at it who looks quite depressed.
Yeah, of course.
He's like,
Seems right.
you could ask to sit at his table, and I can bring you some food over there.
That would be amazing.
That sounds all right.
Sure.
Not committing, but do you happen to do boarding? Do you have any rooms or anything?
You want to stay here? You
I,
want to stay here?
Mr. Barnyard, nothing would make me happier.
It's the best day of this guy's life.
Have you ever heard a halfling come in his pants?
He's like,
Well, you have now, brother.
he's so entranced by this. Your ale starts overflowing. He was like had like a tap on a barrel,
Okay.
and it just starts like washing over onto his hand. He doesn't even flinch. He's like, just carries on talking, just like I would be beyond honoured if you would stay here. Yes, I do have a room available. I actually, come to think of it, he goes,
Your shoes are getting so wet.
he goes, there's a couple of gnomes staying in
Not
it,
wearing
but
shoes,
I'll get rid of them.
I don't want to.
Already done. Don't worry about it.
That ain't necessary. No.
How many beds?
3, preferably.
3 beds. Are you with someone else? Are there more elves? Are you with more elves?
Yeah.
Jeb like goes into his coat to look at the transformation thing. He's like, no, not now.
I mean,
Jeb, you can make this man the happiest man on earth.
By becoming an elf.
can you make one more tonight?
If you turn him into an elf.
So yeah, he seems completely oblivious to the presence of
Think about
Ingrid
that.
and Jeb.
Honestly, that's great with me. That's fine.
So, Lorben, how do you introduce them?
I think the only way he's going to acknowledge their actual existence is if they have some kind of underling relationship to myself at this moment, so I will introduce them as my servants.
Love
or
it.
hand servants, something of that nature.
I think Jeb would
Ingrid
go
just
like,
kind of dead eyes.
yeah, I think Jeb will be like, no, hang it. All right then.
He
Like,
he finally notices the two of you and goes, "Oh, right, I see. That makes sense." He looks at Ingrid and is like, and reaches over the bar. The bar, by the way, is at the right height for elves, and he's stood on a little box the other side. And he reaches over the bar and clamps it on Ingrid's shoulder and looks her in the eyes and goes, "You are so lucky." He goes, "What?" He goes, "What's it like working for him?"
Indescribable,
Ingrid.
really.
Yeah, that's what I thought you'd say, honestly.
words fail to purvey the magnitude of our companionship.
Yep.
Yes, I'd have said the same.
Wow. Well, here's your ale, sir. Will there be anything else? He's now like wiping off his very soaked hand and forearm.
Could you get another one for what was his name again? Sorry.
Oh,
The
Barriad.
at the table will be joining. Barriad,
Oh
yes.
yeah, Barry.
You want him to have another one?
I feel like maybe if I come over with another drink, it might.
All
Oh,
right.
Is it maybe a bad idea or?
Not for me to tell an elf, is it? He just begins pouring another ale, plonks it on the bar, successfully not drenching his own hand this time. Ingrid, Jeb, are you wanting anything to drink at this point, or
I mean,
are you going to be the designated driver?
Yeah.
It's like sorry, for my servants. The just really hamming it up.
Sigh.
He looks back at the two of you, and
Yeah.
he looks at Ingrid and Jeb. He's like, and he lets you drink on the job as well. That is incredible, of course. He starts pouring an ale into a tankard, and then sort of like hesitates and goes, and reaches below the counter, pours what he's poured into one smaller tankard, into like essentially a half pint tankard, and then fills up 2 half pints and gives them and puts them on the bar in front of Jeb and Ingrid.
I'm gonna need another one in like 5 minutes.
And then he looks straight at Ingrid and goes, "That'll be 2 bronze apiece for those."
Mm-hmm. Can I start a tab? Is that okay? We're gonna be here for a bit.
He looks at Lorben. Can she?
Yes, I think it's okay today.
Yeah, of course.
Cool. Great.
You guys.
Very annoyed.
The little journey from the bar back to the table is just me going, Ingrid, please don't kill me in my sleep. I am so sorry. Please don't kill me.
As he like turns away from us, I like pull a little thing of Tormist out. I'm like, hurry foot, rapscallion, and I like just add some to my drink.
Can I have?
Yeah, here you go. And I just like tip some.
Thank
Yeah, and I look at Lorben. I was like, would you like some too, a master?
No, I'm okay, thank you, Jeff.
Put the stopper back on and kind of put it back in my pocket.
The 3 of you approach Barriad at this table, and this guy is like hunched over and just like swirling his ale around in the glass, and it almost appears to be sort of muttering to himself. Just and what's to be done? Never before, never again. And looks up at you.
Hello. Have a beer.
He just looks confused at you. Are you speaking Common or Elvish?
Elvish.
Elvish.
I feel like if I said anything in common in this bar, he'd immediately come over and start berating me for it, to be honest.
This guy is just a sort of... This guy looks more... he's not an elf of physically imposing stature. Looks actually kind of quite skinny, and just doesn't look great in general. Looks a bit haggard. You're kind of used to seeing elves look sort of best foot forward. This guy, bit of self-neglect going on, I think. He looks at the ale that you've sort of put in front of him, downs the rest of the one that he's drinking, pushes the tankard away, and just moves it in front of him. Doesn't even say a word. Just starts to drink it.
I guess I'll just sit down and gesture the other two to do the same.
Yeah, I'll have.
Do you mind if we?
Oh,
Just fully sitting down. Do you mind if we join you?
sort of looks like you already have.
What was his name again?
Barriad. Barriad.
I put a Y in it.
Me too.
I only had one R.
Sneaky wise. Well, how do you do, friend Barriad? Was it? Do you mind if I speak common?
I don't feel great about you speaking full stop.
Oh, maybe not. Well, thank you for letting us have a seat here. You see, it's awful crowded. It's quite a place. You come here very often?
Every day.
All right, well. Like a bit of a regular around here. Heard good things. Jeff's just not going to stop talking.
Yeah?
He can't help himself.
No, I don't miss working the pubs.
What have you heard?
Just that it was an awful nice place. Came highly recommended by Miss Mila down at the dock. Are you familiar with Miss Renault?
He looks down into his ale and takes a sip. Maybe. Don't really remember. Who cares?
Yeah, of course, it's a big city. Well, we got some food along the way. If you're hungry, I'm sure we could share a little bit with you if you like.
You know what? Give me a flat charisma check.
For sure.
It's going to be a tough.
Take hat off at any point, maybe.
A DC 15, I think, on this one.
Okay. Oh no. Well.
Did you try and switch to Elvish at one point? Like,
Like, oh yeah, I knew that one word.
I'll get the hang of
I
it now.
think I may have. Yeah, I may have. Be like, or as the elves call it, like when I said food, I think I did, or as the elves call it, yeah.
Greg, what was Lorben's roll that was a 0, Greg?
I
Can't remember now.
don't know. That
Saw
looks
that.
broken. I don't know
Yeah.
what happened there.
Yeah, no,
Because
Might
I
have been an error. Yeah.
Oh,
a
well.
1d20 dropped
remember
last one. I
seeing it,
can
and I
have got a
went,
0.
All right. On a nat 1, which is what was rolled. He slowly leans towards Jeb and reaches out and grabs you by the front of the shirt like this, and is like, he goes, "Don't need your food, don't need your ale, don't need your pity."
Well,
It's just sipping her drink.
yeah, I kind of like I just stopped talking.
Yeah.
I just like, wait,
We didn't. I think I switched to Elvish. Just be like, we didn't mean any offense, and I apologize for my friends here. There's no other free tables, and we were just trying to, I don't know, maybe cheer up your spirits or something. You seem quite down. We didn't mean anything by it.
You're gonna lift my spirits.
Couldn't hurt to try.
Yeah? Can you raise the dead, perchance? You're some kind of mighty sorcerer, wandering the lands, doing good for the downtrodden folk of Velarion.
No. I suppose. No, not really.
Oh. Then I must ask by what means you intend to lift my spirits.
Could do with a good song? I'm sorry, I really am flailing here. I mean, I'm not here to resurrect a family member or anything. I'm a random man in a pub. I'm very much trying to just get by past the time. I really am sorry.
At this moment, Barnard Barnyard walks over carrying a massive platter, way too big for him. Like, you can barely carry this thing, and it is laden with grapes and cheese and some kind of ham and you know, all these like dried fruits and figs and all this, and comes over and puts it right in front of Lorben, the whole thing right in front of Lorben, and like his presence is like, there's this just like tension around the table now, and he just like, well, Mr. Falmore, here we go for you, as requested, and the chutneys, I make them myself, so if you like them, then, you know, tell me. If you don't like them, do not tell me. Please do not tell me.
I'm gonna immediately dip a finger in it and taste it. Is it any good?
It's lovely.
It's okay.
It's like
okay.
It's like a mint and apple, mint and apple chutney. There you go. Maple, yeah.
Maple.
If you say that out loud, he's like, Maple. That's what I'll call it. I've been trying to think of a name for it for years.
It could be the old Falmore Maple.
Oh, if you'd let me, of course, yeah.
Oh, for a small fee, we could work out the details.
He takes out like I'll tell you what. He picks up the empty tankard that Barry had finished and fucking bangs it on the table a few times, and the whole tavern looks around. He's like, "Attention, everybody! From now on, this is He holds up the dish of chutney. He's like, "This is called Falmore Maple, after its the namer of it.
Yep.
Our new best friend Falmore." Like, you hear a voice from the back of the room, like, "Falmore from the docks? Are you?"
No, another one.
Oh, a different Falmore.
I'm from out of town.
A different Falmore from out of town. All right.
All different.
Two people can be called Falmore. It's not that weird.
I know 3 Falmores. My uncle's called Falmore.
It's common. The name is Michael.
Great.
It's just Falmores everywhere.
Yeah.
It feels like when you accidentally start like talking to a kid at like a family function, you're there like tell you everything they've ever had in their life.
Anyway, Barnard Barnyard, having successfully been delighted with the name of his new chutney, he just slaps Barriad on the shoulder as he walks off and goes, "Cheer up, Barriad, not so bad," and walks off. Barriad looks fucking incensed by this. He just like takes a big fucking drink of the ale and sort of like really robotically sort of puts it back down.
Incredible.
And he goes, "Well, what are you waiting for? Eat."
Ingrid just kind of like goes and sneakily grabs like some cheese.
No.
Yeah. I'm just...
Very slowly
gonna-
every time.
I'm gonna offer up just like a little bit of bread towards Barrier.
He picks up from the platter. He picks up a knife and just starts to lays his left hand flat on the table and just starts playing that knife game, but really slowly, just like staring right at Lorben, just like bang, bang.
Barrier, I
Bang.
get the feeling that we've set off on the wrong
Bang.
foot.
He doesn't stop. He's
Like,
listening, but he
awkwardly
keeps
making a
going.
sandwich.
Yeah, I'm like matching his tempo.
Yeah.
It's just like, bang. Just like, I'm sorry. I just won't talk to you if that's preferred.
That is preferred.
Just see who can sit awkwardly and quietly for the longest.
Not Jeb, that's for sure.
It's just-
He
No.
actually
I could raise the dead.
after a time, he maybe the tension has grown too much for Barrier. He seems to sort of like stand down a little. He stops stabbing the table and puts the knife down. Maybe he's just become acclimatized to your presence, and he looks at Ingrid and says, "I suppose you're from Iron Glen, then?"
Yep.
You know Angus?
Do I know Angus?
Let's find out. Give me. I usually do these as history checks, but give me an intelligence check. Why not? Just to mix it up a little.
I imagine there's like a name guy. Just like
A 9. You know Ann Angus. What does he do again?
It's like probably the guy who like deals with cows. I don't know.
Yeah. He's a farmer who works on the outside of the main city of Iron Glen in the kind of one of the villages. You know, an Angus deals with the cows.
Yeah.
You know Angus MacLeod from Kilttown. You. I'm Angus MacLeod from Kilttown. There's no Angus MacLeod in North Kilttown. You know an Angus. Is it the same Angus? Who knows?
Who knows, really?
So yeah, he's like
Yeah.
you know Angus.
I know Anne Angus.
Probably as common a name down there as Falmore is here, I suppose.
Kinda.
You fight in the war?
Indirectly, I guess. I had a forge.
Oh. Fat lot of good it did all of us, eh?
Did what could.
You see him actually. He looks down into his tankard, and I think you can see he's fighting back tears. Actually, he's like trying to look. You can see his lips sort of trembling, and he just downs the rest of the ale.
Ingrid is trying not to pry because she's trying to match his vibe so that it doesn't spook him or anything.
Jeb is gonna
love
do the
that.
opposite.
Yeah.
Jeb.
That's right.
I was about to say
Whatever
yeah,
Jeb's about to do to ruin this moment, I'm going to try and
have
act
to be true
against
to-
it just to set the scene.
I have to be true to my character.
I love this sort of character beat that Jeb just won't shut up. That's like, I like that.
Yeah.
Ingrid is really good at matching the vibe.
I'm gonna take off my hat that and hold it to my chest in the way that works to impart bonuses to these kinds of rolls. But I'm I'm gonna just kind of ask him, like, I don't know. I don't even know if this would necessarily need a roll, Martin. I'm more or less just kind of trying to politely ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna say, Mr. Barriad, I know we got off on the wrong foot, but I just I gathered that this is a difficult holiday for you, and I'm awful. So I know you don't need our pity or sympathy, but I'm awful. It seems like it's a difficult time, and I'm sorry.
Very perceptive. Give me charisma with advantage.
Great.
Not me forgetting it's a holiday, and that's probably why he's crying. Grit didn't know it was a holiday before she got here.
All right, and I'll add my modifier for the charisma roll. Yes or no?
Charisma modifier, yeah. Yeah, and with
Okay. Well, does the hat impart anything?
Oh
on
yeah.
this roll,
I think that was on. Was that on persuasion checks? I think I said.
Yes, it was. Okay.
So
You're right.
yeah, nothing on charisma, but with advantage. I should have also said around the.
Damn it.
Jeb. I should have also said about the tavern itself. There are a couple of adornings on the walls that indicate Observance Day. Something that you would have noted next to the bar is a stack of masks that are just plain white and just like I'm trying to think what they kind of look like. Just like plain white masks with eye holes and a mouth hole, but that's all, and they would just fit your entire face.
Okay.
The on an 8 with advantage.
I was about to say, I feel like this works for the roleplay regardless, because like whether or not this was right, he still probably is not interested in talking to me. So
he goes to pick up the knife again, and sort of holds it pointing towards you, not exactly threatening, but like using it for emphasis. You know, he's like.
yeah.
In 2 days' time, I get to relive the worst moments of my life, like I get to do every year. So, I am very sorry. You will forgive me if I am not feeling at my most social.
Of course.
Have any of you lost people you loved?
I
Very
lost
recently.
everyone.
He looks at Falmor. he looks and I'm gonna do an insight roll for Barrier actually.
Because I think he'd have let the mask. Lorben would have let the mask slip a little bit with that kind of the
Biffs it.
delivery.
He's very drunk.
He's
it
like-
seems.
Yeah, exactly. He might be better at picking up on what you're putting down if he wasn't so hammered. But he's like, everyone. Where did you lose everyone? How did you lose everyone?
Remembering himself a little bit, just like the war had a lot of casualties.
His entire demeanor sort of changes. He sits more upright. And then he just nods. That it did. Amare Star.
Maristar.
Where'd you serve?
To the east, in my hometown.
To the east.
I was. Yes.
In east of here, Darius.
I'm gonna kind of like answer in a more hushed tone of just like, yes.
Oh. I didn't realize anyone got out of Darius.
I was not in the town on the day.
Oh, of course. Wow. Then you're very lucky. Huh. And he sort of begins to like chuckle a little and is like, it's so funny you spend a quarter of a century in complete despair and then I don't know, there's something a little hopeful about that, I guess, finding out that someone did make it out.
Silver linings, but not all that glitters.
He goes, well, I mean, maybe you should speak at Observance Day or something. I think a lot of people would draw a lot of joy and hope from I've got it's a distant cousin, but he's helps to arrange the lineup on Observance Day, and honestly, it's a pretty dour affair usually, and it would make a bit of a change to have somebody speak with some kind of message of hope. I could speak to him, see if there's room on the lineup for you to say a few words.
I've not attended all of the observance days.
Oh.
Call it survivor's guilt.
Oh.
But would the speakers always be masked as well, or are they named, or what is the?
Well, yeah. So, my cousin deals with it. He'd know more about it than me, but usually the king, or more recently the duke, gets up and says a few words, and then they introduce a couple of people to speak. But it's always so dour, which is right, I suppose. But
Oh, did you say more recently the duke? Sorry.
yeah, the king, the elven king, hasn't delivered the Observance Day address for the past a few years at least.
I don't suppose you might know, but is he unwell, or it surprises me.
I hear rumours. Sometimes I hear he's unwell. Sometimes I hear the same as you, survivor's guilt. And honestly, I think a lot of people feel that he should have some guilt. He's not, I think a fair contingent of people feel he failed us.
How about you? Have you ever spoken, or?
Spoken? No. I'll probably be here. But if you were to speak this year, I'd perhaps come and hear that.
Lorben takes a big bite out of the charcuterie board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that Jeb, thankful for the heat being off of him in these exchanges, would kind of be sat like with Ingrid, just be like, you know, this mapple's pretty good. Just like,
Not bad.
like,
Have you tried it with the
dipping some
smoked
cheese.
cheddar? Yeah, it's really good with that
Yeah,
smoked
like dipping
cheddar.
some cheese in
Oh,
it
good.
with her.
I just like mid moment with this guy, just like, it's the Falmore apple. Come on.
Yeah, please. Let's get that Brandon right.
Well, he's paid for the name. I may change my mind, but In this moment, I don't feel it would be right for me to speak.
I understand. I wouldn't want to either, to be honest, but I just thought it's just interesting to hear someone with a different perspective and to hear a message that is a little hopeful. We all thought that everybody in Darius was lost, but
no other news of any other survivors or anything then? No names?
no, I think as far as I knew, the place was flattened, and of course nobody goes there anymore, of course. He finishes the ale you got him, and he goes, well, I didn't think it possible when you sat down, but honestly, I do feel a little better, so thanks. He looks at Jeb and is like, sorry for grabbing the shirt.
Oh, it's all right.
No
harm done.
Looks at Ingrid and goes, sorry for grilling you about the war.
Yeah, it's alright. I don't mind.
And looks at Lorben and goes, sorry about... I'm just sorry.
I am too.
He stands up and sort of... Barnard, done for the day. He walks over to the pile of masks, and they're in like a little basket, like a basket with just like little stacks of them, and looks at them and picks one up, and walks out.
As he walks out, Martin, I'll kind of call to him. I'll say, Mr. Barriet, Ari Aster.
He turns around, looks at Jeb, and then looks at Lorben, and just turns and walks out without a word.
Jeb, you're lucky to be breathing.
I'm doing my best.
I know we
really hard.
I know we had a bit of a comfort break early on in the session. Does anyone want to take 5 minutes here, or should we just power through to a suitable ending?
I ate a full meal in that exchange, so
Okay, so you're fine. All right, well, we'll just if
I
everyone
think I'm good.
if we're happy, we'll just
I just had some
carry on.
Halloween candy. I'm okay.
Good. We'll just press on then. So, what's the plan of attack? You got some interesting information there.
Step 1, finish the charcuterie board.
Yeah, I think
Very important.
I think I think us sitting here eating, I'm gonna say, I almost say Lorben, be like, Falmore.
Thank you.
The innkeeper, Mr. Barnyard, he seems like a bit of a enthusiast.
Weep.
Say. You agree with that?
Yeah, I can't remember if there's a name for it, but yes.
Yeah. Do you think he might know something about Ingon the Inquisitor?
So, here's the thing, Jeb. I'm not even sure if it is an elf at this point. So, Gibbet thinks that they are 2,896 years old, which I don't know how familiar you are with elves, but that is old. That is old. That is beyond old. That is dead.
Yeah, that seems like a staggering age to be, but you think if anyone knew, even if you don't even say his name or their name, I'm assuming, but even if you don't even say their name, like just to ask if they've ever heard of an elf living that long, like maybe kind of come at it sideways, so to speak.
My concern is that the last time I gave him any piece of information, he banged a glass on the table and shouted to the entire town.
No, that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
Perhaps when he invariably later is going to knock on the door and twist my ear off for 3 hours before we actually get to go to sleep, I could ask him then. Because I feel like that is a guaranteed situation.
Oh yeah, I think he's gonna be laying across the bed with his hands like this on his cheeks, just kicking his feet, listening to you talk about whatever you want to talk about.
I'm worried he's going to be staring at us through a portrait or from the ceiling or something, truth be told.
Yeah, there might be that too. I reckon he may try to paint you so he can have your portrait up in this building before the day's over as well. But I'm just curious because he might. I'm wondering if there's a way to ask him that might not be suspicious, but I don't know.
I think we could do it easier later, but I agree that we should.
Maybe so.
I wouldn't mind getting to a library in the academy with which Tillus is working. I assume they may have some source of information.
Yeah, if they're still there. If anything, I think we'll get a thread that might lead us a little bit further along if they're not there still. Because it seemed from what Miss Milo was saying that they may be there, they may not be there. So I guess
I don't know if that's. I don't know how intimately familiar they might be, though. That may just be.
No, that's a fair point too. Yeah.
What time of day
Take a
is
bite of
it?
cheese.
Is it still? Is it like noon?
Yeah, it's kind of early afternoon.
Okay. Alright, we have plenty of time.
We got time. We got us a good meal. We could probably get out and explore a little bit around here.
So you've eaten the charcuterie board. You're sated. Barnard tells you that he will get your room prepared. He needs to boot out a couple of unruly gnomes in the beforehand. Did I gather and understand correctly? You were interested in going up to the academies to try and find Tillus Trilline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
So.
I think it's about time we got the Velarion map on screen, and this will help you somewhat. And I think certainly as two of you have a bit of a working knowledge of the city anyway. If you need me to read stuff out, I appreciate size-wise it's perhaps not ideal. So let me know if you need me to clarify anything, but the academies of Elegnos probably are visible even at this scale, and you'll see that they are
we're down in the key, right?
So you are down in the Evercraft Key in the pennant, which is where that yellow writing is in that area. In order to get to the academies of Elegnos, you'd have to. Well, there's two ways you could go. You could go east and go through Dawn Valley, and then come up through and walk through the King's Glade. Now, I think Lorben certainly would be aware that the King's Glade is a section of the city where all the housing is tree-borne, and all the buildings there are connected by kind of bridges that are kind of elevated, and it is forbidden to walk on the ground in the King's Glade. Very beautiful flowers grow there, and it is forbidden to walk on the ground in the King's Glade. You could also cut through the western route, which cuts through the kind of general housing and then goes up and goes near the one of the centerpieces of the city, Allprayer's house. And kind of go east from Allprayer's house region to the academies.
I don't have any preferences.
Yeah, and that's what's funny is I feel like I would kind of prefer to Lorben, but maybe
I think after that, maybe a little bit of a downer, but the tavern will probably want them to see something nice and bring them through King's Glade.
Nice. Sound's gone odd. Hopefully it'll rectify. I gather it's been doing it all stream on and off, Holly. Not sure why. Probably voice meter related, if I had to guess.
Sounds haunted.
Anyway, hopefully it will resolve. So I think if you're going east then through Dawn Valley, you'll see that the lower levels of Dawn Valley appear to be newer housing, and I think you can overhear conversations that tell you a little bit of something about the city. I think perhaps you pass a couple of people having a slightly ill-tempered interaction, not violent or anything, but not terribly pleasant, where somebody is like talking to, you see a courier carrying a kind of satchel with a couple of parcels in it and a couple of letters, being accosted by somebody in Dawn Valley and being told to go back to Southview. And I think what you can detect is there is a degree of resentment internally with Velarion, and I think maybe you would perhaps already be aware of this, Lorben, and maybe even Jeb, that there is a degree of tension between elves that settled in Velarion post-war, and those that were there beforehand.
Okay.
But this is a kind of sociological issue, not just the actions of one mean person. You know, you encounter you there's that vibe just exists.
Right.
As you pass through the city, there is more kind of indications of the upcoming Observance Day, which I think Barry had said to you was 2 days from now.
I'm gonna grab a mask before I leave the pennant. I want to grab a mask.
Great. You want to grab a mask? Does everyone take a
good
does,
shout.
does everyone
Yeah,
take a
we
mask?
would've.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Jeb, yours might need a little bit of adapting to fit your rat
Yeah,
face.
I was wondering if it would fit me. 'Cause
I think a dwarf face
He
will be
wears it
fine.
like this.
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah. I love that. But Ingrid, I think it would fit your face perfectly well. So
I'll just have it like on my belt for now, just kind of like with me. Yeah.
as you reach the entrance to the kind of Kingsglade area, so you can see that the ground there is really lush. You know, everywhere else where there's still a lot of grass, but you can see it's kind of it's trodden. The ground here looks just so almost like bouncy, you know, because it's so untouched, and there are these beautiful lilac orchids and blue and purple and these yellow flowers that some of them begin to weave up the trees. The trees themselves look very old and very beautiful themselves, and there's almost like because the trees here are a little more densely packed than they are in the rest of the city. The place is a little dimmer than the rest of the city. It's actually quite difficult to see out of the Kingsglade while you're in it, due to the canopy and the trunks of the trees. And there's almost like fireflies floating around, giving it this quite sort of otherworldly glow. There are 2 Veldari stationed at the entrance to the Kingsglade, but they see Lorben coming and nod. They look down. They look at Ingrid and Jeb and say, and maybe one turns to Ingrid and says, "I must ask, have you entered the Kingsglade before?"
No, I haven't.
"Please be aware, it is forbidden to set foot on the ground. Please limit your footsteps to the walkways." He gestures up into the trees. There's one that kind of, from where you are at ground level, there's almost like a ramp that climbs up to the treetop level. It says, "Please limit your footsteps to the walkways that you see between the trees."
Of course.
Very well. Turns to Jeb and goes, "Halt! I must ask, have you entered the Kingsglade before?"
No, sir, I have not.
"I must advise you that it is forbidden to walk on the ground in the Kingsglade. Please limit your footsteps to the walkways yonder."
Thank you. Yes, sir. I will.
Very well then.
Please exit at the end of the conveyor.
He goes back to holding his station. These Veldari actually have like a a different regalia to the guards that you've seen at various points in the city. There's a couple down on the docks and so on, a couple that you've perhaps seen high up on the walls. These have like a slightly more elegant armor with a distinctive yellow flower pattern weaving its way across their chest, to kind of signify that they are specifically guards of the King's Glade. The walk itself, that was an awful lot of colour for a scene that I'm going to now breeze through. The walk itself is uneventful. It's very beautiful, and you know, you looking over the sides of these walkways, you just see this seemingly endless patch of these beautiful flowers that seem to almost glow as below you, and the fireflies kind of illuminating the air around you. But the walk itself is uneventful, unless anybody has anything that they would like to do, ask, or attempt.
I think I would like stop and take it in, just sort of like just soak in the kind of the beauty of it. And
Yeah.
I would ask Lorben, like, Lorben, do you know what it is about the ground that's sacred, that ain't supposed to be stepped on? Was this a side of a battle or some commemoration?
Do I? I'm going to assume it's just because they've kept it beautiful to keep it beautiful and they want to, but I don't know if there's a deeper meaning.
Let's go for a history check. Why not?
Oh, that old chestnut.
Oh, sweet baby
You know
boy.
everything.
You spent a summer as a tour guide here.
Lorben, I
I
think
know all the
you.
flowers by name.
Yeah, I think you do know that the King's Glade has been when the elves first arrived in Playdeen. This is deep elven history. This is well over 3,000 years ago. That you know that when they first arrived in Playdeen and were beginning to settle on this hill, they found this area, and these flowers can only be, they've never been able to, they kind of avoided the area because it was so beautiful to begin with, and actually as they expanded through Playdeen, they only found these flowers in this one area. So they built the King's Glade above it, and it has just always been, it is an ancient sacred place of the elves, that they've just always avoided contact with because these flowers only exist here, as far as they know.
Okay.
But you know what, Jeb? Give me a nature check. Why not?
Oh, sure. Okay.
You're a person who deals a lot with plants.
I am indeed.
Oh, the plants are everywhere. They just never looked properly.
Another 20. What about that?
Dirty,
look
but I'll
at
take
you
it.
guys.
I think that
Tell the
you,
truth.
from your travels, it would strike you immediately that you've never seen plants like this anywhere else. They're not just different flowers than you're used to. The style, there's something just very almost otherworldly about them, that is quite captivating, I think.
Yeah. I think hearing Lorben kind of give this history, I would really just like kind of take it in for a few moments and just be like, this is quite a sight to see.
I think
Feel
the whole
quite
time
privileged
Ingrid
to-
is just in awe.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Cool. Stepping then through the King's Glade and arriving at the other side, there's a walkway that actually brings you down, and perhaps you can kind of make it out there that there's a bridge then that crosses. This is the other thing, another amazing natural feature of Velarion, the source of this kind of tributary that feeds into the Nolden begins somewhere inside the hill that Velarion is built on, and actually as there are these different levels, there are little waterfalls cascading down the side of the hill. So actually the King's Glade walk takes you and as you come out the other side, you come to a narrow bridge that crosses this tributary. And to your right, you can actually see one of these little waterfalls, and the water cascading down and feeding into the Nolden. And it actually brings you this bridge into the grounds of the Academies of Elegnos. Several very beautifully designed and constructed seats of learning. You see all of these buildings, and each of them has like a different emblem above the door that kind of indicates the type of learning that is done there. So there's one that kind of indicates it is a school of the written word. One that indicates that it is an academy of music. And another that indicates it's an academy of history, and so on. So that's where you find yourselves.
Okay.
I don't believe that Myla or Real Falmore gave you any indication of what subject he was a professor of, or is a professor of, or was a professor of.
Is there anything that looks relevant to, like gods, just based on the book that he'd written?
No, there's nothing that specific. It's more vague than that. It's pretty much the types of classic subjects you might expect at school, I suppose. There's a mathematics college and one of like natural sciences, one of as I say, history, one of music and the arts.
Is that in a central hub area?
Give me a perception check.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
There are, I should say, quite a few people walking around. You're not alone here. There are people carrying books and all the rest of it. You don't spot any kind of. There doesn't appear to be some kind of visitor centre or anything like that, or a reception.
Failing that, I may just stop a random passerby
Sure.
and just be like, it's just, excuse me, sorry, do you know where we might be able to find Tillus Trilline?
Tillus Trilline?
Yeah, sorry. We were...
Tillus Trilline is a master of history.
That's right.
All right.
That makes sense. So I presume the history building then, right?
Well, but you're trying to... He retired.
Oh.
He doesn't. He's the professor emeritus of history now.
Oh.
Well, is there anyone on campus that might be able to help us locate him?
Well, the current history professor is Annaleth. Annaleth Evanian. She'll be in her lecture hall probably, or perhaps in her study. And gestures to the history building.
Just thank her and start moving in the direction of the history building.
All right. She gives a weird look at Jeb and Ingrid, as most people do, but appears to be too caught up in whatever they're doing themselves to press the matter.
As we try to say hello in Elvish, it's like.
As we leave her, can I once again try to give the salute and like the honor together?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it. I'm so determined to get it.
You're so close.
She just looks confused.
Okay.
I think as well, Lorben maybe detects that this is probably quite a young elf, and may not even have fought in the war, and may have little concept of it. Obviously, they'll be aware of it, but much as we would be for like World War II, you know.
Right.
Yeah. I'm just once again gonna give Jeb the talk of just like, Jeb, you're giving them like really solemn military greetings. And that elf is basically a child. I know that you might not be able to notice it, but they probably didn't fight in the war. And it's like it's like if I walked in the Hollow and I can't think of a single cultural touchstone in order to make this relevant to you. Please stop saluting people.
I think that might be the problem. We're in general.
Yeah. Do you know what? I've seen the issue.
I think what I'm learning is I need to be a little more sensitive, and I need to spend a little more time around elves. I understand. Yes, sir. All right.
I understand that last part. Yeah.
I assume you're heading into the history building.
I think so.
Yes. I think so.
As you enter, so there's a kind of almost well, I guess it is like a little reception area for this building, but there doesn't seem to be anybody around. What you see is this very beautifully put together place, and there are paintings on the walls that actually depict things like the arrival of the elves into Playdeen, and key moments in history. So there's some battles. There doesn't appear to be any depictions of the Crimson War, but there are kind of other wars and battles that have been fought over the time of the elves in Playdeen. There's a painting of a great of three heroes fighting against a dragon in some kind of frozen wasteland. But there's nobody seems to be around. There are in front of you a big pair of double doors, and you can hear some noise coming from the other side of that. If anyone wants to make a perception check, then feel free.
Sure.
I'll try.
Yeah.
I love to perceive.
I do, but it doesn't happen often.
No, it doesn't. But it doesn't stop me from trying, by God.
Exactly.
Damn it!
I think Ingrid on a 13, using
That's
your
such good at yours, guys.
using your common sense a little as well, it becomes apparent to you that the noise you can hear, Ingrid, is somebody giving a lecture. Sort of from the tone, and yeah. So I guess it's up to you whether you want to proceed through the doors or if you want to wait.
Yeah, I think there's a class going on. We might want to wait until it's done.
Would it be rude if we slipped in the back, maybe? Do you think we could do that?
I think we could maybe quietly slip in, yeah? Just take a
I've
seat
never
in
been
the
to
back.
university, but sure.
Well, today's the day, and I'm just gonna slowly start opening the door.
Yeah.
Trying to like sneak us in the back of the lecture.
Great. The doors, as you open the door, you very quickly realise that the door is on like what would be the back wall of the lecture hall, by which I mean the front. You can see the back of the back of the lecturer facing you, and about 36 elves seated in front of her, all just like who just like look at you, and you see the lecturer sort of mid sentence. She's like, and it was using their cunning at the Battle of Bramble Ridge that.
Close the door, close the door, close the door!
So sorry. So sorry.
She goes, well, please come in.
Is she lecturing in Elvish, I assume?
She is in Elvish, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, well,
All right.
she wasn't.
Oh, so we don't hear any of this. Okay.
We just know we are in the wrong
She
place.
kind of peers around the
follow her
door.
invitation in. It feels like less awkward to just do it.
she peers around the door so she can see all three of you, and she's like, "Oh, well, this is perfect. Come on in, please." She beckons the three of you in. The three of you are like facing about 35 to 40 elves, all staring at you, and like Jeb and Ingrid in particular, like catching a lot of glances.
Low profile, guys. Low profile.
She goes, could not be more perfect. We're in the run-up to Observance Day. We've been talking about different perspectives of the war. And she goes, it cannot be a coincidence. And she looks down at Ingrid and says, "My dear, would you please, would you mind? You interrupted my class. Perhaps you wouldn't mind saying a few words about the dwarven perspective of the war and your role?"
You're saying this in common, right?
Yes, she is speaking to you in common.
Okay. I was like, she just saying this all to me in Elvish, and I'm just like...
She, but in fact, she but she actually whips around to her class and says, "They'll, of course, be speaking in common, everybody, of course. Don't forget that." She goes, "Please."
Sure, what do you want to know?
Just,
instantly, like, embarrassed to talk to this many people.
Give me a performance check.
Okay.
Can I do anything to help, like, big Ingrid up here to try and, like, help her out with this?
Like what?
I don't know, maybe, like, trying to, like, give her a few leading questions, try and, like, help her navigate.
There you go.
I kind of like to give her a little starting point.
Go on then, whisper. What are you going to whisper to her?
Maybe talk about what your forge did and how that helped in the war effort directly.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah. So
We can start there.
I'm Ingrid. I was in Iron Glen during the war. I had a forge. I have a forge that still exists, as far as I know. We made weapons for the war effort.
Where did those weapons ship to?
I assume, this is above the table, I assume they kind of just went everywhere.
Yeah, I think it's
highly
highly likely
that
the Elven forces would have used some of your weaponry, I would say.
Yeah, we supplied weapons everywhere for the efforts.
If you want a specific battle to cite, then you might try the first siege of Hulon.
Yes, that one.
On a 12 performance, I think like people start off sort of nodding along, and you sort of keep losing your trail a little bit, and like you're doing your best. Like you've been thrust into the middle of this with no prep, right? This isn't your bag. You're doing your best, but I think you do see that attention begins to wane, and the professor graciously cuts you off. She says, "Thank you very much." She looks at Jem and she says,
"Like, if you want, I can show you one of the weapons that I made."
"We would love to see a weapon."
I'll like pull out my great axe and just kind of hold it in a look at this kind of way.
Give me another performance check with advantage.
Give it a swing.
God. With advantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
They love that shit.
Okay, nice. There is a degree more interest in your axe, actually. I think what you perhaps pick up on is that a handful of the students are perhaps specifically interested in the history of weaponry within Playdain. So they kind of look quite closely at the craft of it. And the professor looks kind of delighted.
Yeah, I'm sure Ingrid could like go on and on about how how it was crafted, what metals it was made out of, like what she did specifically to forge this. Like, if anybody has questions about that, she could totally answer that. She'll like switch into like her shopkeepers, like, I know everything about this.
Okay. Yeah. So and maybe you do. Maybe someone does just blurt out like and asks you. We don't have to become experts on smithing ourselves. Maybe asks you a question about like the formation of the handle and stuff like that you're able to like really easily kind of back and forth with them on. And they're like, oh, brilliant, thanks. And they're like scribbling some notes down. The professor looks delighted. She's like, thanks, that's really great. She turns to Jeb and she says, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you are from the Holland Hills.
Well, yes, ma'am, I am.
I thought so. Now, I believe, and forgive me if my information is incorrect, but I believe your people were not directly involved in the fighting, but I'm sure you must have had a perspective on the war, as you must have heard that it was going on, I'm sure.
That's also correct, ma'am. Yes,
Yeah.
my people they tend to we're an isolated sort. We like our peace and our solitude, and so yeah, there was a lot of there was a lot of our kind that if they were abroad, they came home, and we spent a lot of that war holed up on the ground, making sure that it didn't encroach on our lands. So, for better or for worse, we did not actively really participate in the broader world during that time.
Thank you so much. She says, she turns to the class and says, so the whole point of today's lecture has been trying to understand that there are many perspectives on any event that takes place in our history. And our libraries are full of books, but of course they're all written, the vast majority, by elves. And we must always be careful to seek out biases in our own research, our own methodology. And just two good examples of people whose experience of that moment in our history, and indeed all of history, has been very different to anything that we may consider. I think that'll do for today. So you have the assignment. We're 2 days from Observance Day. Please have this back to me tomorrow with your findings. Dismissed. The class gets up and prepares to walk out, and one of them kind of walks past Ingrid and sort of looks again at the axe a little more closely on their way out the door. Just smiles and nods at Ingrid on the way out. As the class is filing out, she turns to you and says, well, I'm sorry for putting you on the spot. Then again, you did interrupt my lecture. She's smiling. She seems happy enough.
Yeah.
She says, I assume you haven't come to enroll midway through a semester?
No.
No, we're so terribly sorry for interrupting your course, and we appreciate your grace.
Quite all right. How may I be of assistance?
Thank you. Well, Miss Annaleth, Avonian, I presume?
Ovanian, yes, very good. Nice writing down. Annaleth Ovanian.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, my name's Caldwell, Jebediah. I'm learning that the way I interact with elves is I feel a little bit like kind of meek,
Yeah.
in their,
Yeah.
and to where like I would normally like be very, especially with the interactions I've had of late, it's like where I would normally like, here's my full name. I'm feeling like I need to be a little more proper for whatever reason.
They're
so
a little
I kinda,
intimidating.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, and so I kind of sheepishly like, well, my name's Caldwell Jebediah Bilius Persephone Prin, but my friends call me Jeb, and we were here. Well, we were looking for Tillus Trilline.
Oh.
And we heard that you took their place here.
Yes. Well, yes. So Professor Trilline retired.
That's right. That's what we heard.
About 3 years ago. Is there something is a history question? Something I can help you with?
Well, you very well might. Now, we three of us here, we a bit interested in the theology, and I reckon your studies would kind of delve into those subjects. Is that right? Is that
Yes,
safe to assume?
certainly. The religion is history.
Of course, yeah. And it seems like elves tend to honor those. Or is that assuming to me? I gotta admit, and this is me rambling, but also Jeb rambling. saying, now I gotta admit, I ain't spent as much time around elves as I should, and I mean to correct that. But does Elvish tradition honor the old gods?
Of course, yes. We celebrate all gods. Yeah.
All right. Does that include Asmanos?
Certainly. You're students of Asmanos.
Well, we're curious about Asmanos, because I got to tell you, and I don't mind saying, in the broader world, most people, they hear that name and they wince.
Yes, I have heard that there has been awful prejudice against the followers of Asmanos in particular, but against really followers of all of the gods, Telios and Datos and Zamenos alike. But I know that it's been, for some reason, the followers of Asmanos were targeted. But certainly here in Velarion, it's you're free to worship as you will.
Yeah. Which of us has the book? I'm trying to recall. Lorben, do you have the?
Any of us do? I think we gave the.
You left it with Valine.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, so, okay, all right. Well, to that point, it's like so. On our journey and in our study and in research, we came across a tome that was written by Professor Trilline, and there was a section of it what was torn out, and that whole section was about Asmanos, and so
I see.
we're trying to find out why. I reckon.
I see. Yes. Certainly the the gods and whatnot are an area that Professor Trilline was unbelievably interested in, and showed a great deal of aptitude for. And I know that he wrote his one of his greatest works, I think, on the treatise on the gods. I know it well. I think if you wish to learn more about Asmanos, a great place to start would be All Prayers House. You could engage in a sermon. Of course, there is a copy of his book in the library as well.
Oh, very well. Well, and we'll make a point to do both of those things. I reckon we got plenty of time here. I think between now and Observance Day that we could do that.
I haven't seen Professor Trilline since he retired. If you should bump into him, I understand he lives now within the wider grounds of the palace. So it may be tricky for you to access him directly, but please do give him my warmest wishes if you do see him.
Well, ma'am, you read my mind. That was my very next question. Very intuitive of you, but thank you for that. And we certainly will. We'll pass on those kind regards.
What are a rat folk and a dwarf doing in Velarion in any case? And travelling with a half-elf?
Yes, only the half, I'm afraid.
The good half, of course. This appears to be a popular joke in Velarion. She gives a little mirthful chuckle.
I do the same, courteous little fake laugh back there.
She doesn't notice.
They never do.
Um,
Why we're together?
Well,
Hard
there
to
was
explain.
the meteor.
I was actually curious about how much would be divulged, or if they would even know about that. I guess that's a
I
question.
would
Such
say,
a giant world event. It'd be amazing.
yeah,
if
I would say
Yeah.
undoubtedly news of the meteor has reached Velarion, and people would generally know about that. It's obviously a fair way away, so may not be of direct concern. What I don't know whether it would be known is the relationship between the meteor and Asmanos. And obviously you guys don't really know exactly what that is. You know that it's related in some way, but that's kind of what you're trying to piece together. But whether it would be known at all that it was in relation to that at all, I think is a question that is begged.
Because just to remind me, the direct information, or the direct evidence we found of the link, beyond everything else, was just that there was a symbol of Asmanos on the meteor
Correct.
itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A necklace or something.
And and that's right. So Jeb's carrying the amulet, which contains the same emblem, and it was glowing and warm to the touch when you were near the meteor.
Right. I have a piece of the meteor. If we need to.
Oh right, you chipped off
that
a
for
piece.
That's
anything.
true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you for that refresh too, by the way, because that does beg some questions. So, I will say, okay. So the question was, what brings us together? It's like, well, I don't know if news of it would have reached your beautiful city. But, there was there's no fine way to put it. There was a meteor strike in Oakenford crossing.
You know, yes, I heard of this. Yes, terrible, awful.
Yeah, it was. Oh, it was
Are you from?
truly horrible situation.
You came from there?
Well, we did. Yes, ma'am. Over a long journey, we reached here. I'm not going to say how. This is out of character. I'm not going to mention the railway that we took.
Why?
Yeah.
Seems a
public
little
knowledge
suspect, maybe. Yeah, might bring a little too much suspicion on us. No, sorry, I lost my train of thought. No, I'll say so. So yeah, it was a horrible calamity, and we're trying to just kind of piece together what happened or what could have happened. But the meteor, well, it had this symbol on it, and I'll hold up the amulet and show it to her. And it glowed red.
At the moment, as you pull it out, it's certainly not hot. The heat that it was at the meteor, nor is it glowing like it was there. But it's also not doing those things. There is a residual. It's more than room temperature, slightly.
Okay.
And there is the emblem. It does give off a little hint of a glow.
All right.
Go ahead.
So I'll tell her. I'll say so near the meteorite, this thing was glowing red hot and was warm to my touch. It just about burned me to hold in my hand like I am doing right now. But right now, even now, it's a little warm. Here, you can feel it if you want to.
She reaches out and rests sort of two fingers on top and nods. She says, I recognise the emblem. It's certainly a well-known emblem of followers of Asmanos. I cannot speak to anything else regarding this. It's certainly interesting, though.
Was there any point in history that Asmanos intervened through meteorites, or has there anything like this that's ever happened before?
Not that I recall. You're saying that the meteor impact in Oakenford is related to Asmanos?
Well, I guess that's what we're trying to figure out, because we found this amulet in the possession of somebody that was near the strike zone. They were dearly departed, sadly, but it's just all it all seems connected in a way that we're not sure, but we're just trying to find out.
I have no doubt that Professor Trilline would know more. I'm not enough of an expert in this particular area, I'm afraid. His was a mind that seemed limitless in the amount of information held. I could only aspire to be half the educator that he was.
Why did he retire? Was it just time, or...?
He's over 1400 years old.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
I fear he may be closer to the end than the beginning, if you're, a lovely man, and one of the greatest educators and minds that this city has ever known.
Just on that topic, I don't mean anything by this, but the way the message that you were giving your students, wouldn't within the city that feel sort of scandalous in some way? I approve of it, but to kind of push their perspectives outwards into sort of, I don't know, just from some of the elves I've spoken to, I just feel as though they would disapprove in some way. I was just curious if you'd had any
some
pushback
may
on that at all.
No, my role is not to teach facts or list events. My role is to inspire the greatest minds of a generation of elves to seek knowledge, to seek truth. And I think it is entirely uncontroversial to say that many different perspectives. I have no doubt that a commander in the Raven Legion would view the war, for example, extremely differently to our own soldiers. Now, I have my feelings on it, of course, as well. But the purpose of my lecture that you heard, the tail end of there, was simply to make the point that you cannot really understand the full history of a place, the fullness of an event, or a period of time, or a people, without seeking additional perspectives. And I think, she motions to Ingrid, the dwarven perspective is very relevant. Their role as our friends in war. And even those not directly involved in the fighting will still have been affected by it, and their perspective is no less valid and useful, in my opinion.
I fully agree. I was just curious if there'd been any...
Oh, people occasionally...
From above.
Yes, you sometimes occasionally hear snipping about, talking elves down and being unpatriotic and whatever else nonsense, but my role is to educate, and I am entirely unequivocal about that.
It's a very respectable position.
She goes, I must be on my way. I have other studies to conduct. She says, you really should go to All Prayers House, by the way, if you've not been there before. I think you'll find it quite illuminating.
I think we will, and that and the library as well. We most certainly appreciate your guidance and your hospitality for us. Thank you.
You're very welcome. It was a pleasure to meet you all.
Likewise.
She heads off out the doors that you came in and goes through to another room, another part of the building.
Okay.
Do you like university, Ingrid? How did you find university?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit
I've never
intimidating.
been. I went to school as a little kid, but I haven't. I'm so old. I haven't been to school in so long.
Same
I
for
ain't-
me.
I ain't never been much for book learning, but I reckon it'd be a good thing to have, you know.
Yeah. For sure.
Library first.
Yeah,
The library is the next building over, so it's certainly not out of your way.
Lovely.
I'm just conscious of time, and can you just give me a handle on what you think you're going to do, like what the plan is currently, because then I can just gauge a good finishing point.
Like,
My
probably
hope
just-
was to get Tillus Trilline's book from the library, see if there's any kind of name index or anything along those lines to find information on Ingong and the Inquisitor, and then I suppose we probably head to All Prayer House.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That seems right.
Yes.
All right. I think in the interest of time, at the library.
The library might be closed.
The library is open. However, you do find that all copies of Tillus Trilline's Treatise on the Gods are currently checked out.
Dang.
The librarian tells you that they normally have 3 copies, but they are currently all. But it is a popular book, and that they currently are all loaned out at present. To All Prayer's house, then. All Prayer's house is a fascinating building surrounded by a small moat, and is clearly, and you can see this on the map, it's kind of very central, and that kind of chimes with its role in Velarion. You see people going in and coming out. It is a vast, huge building. It's like a church made out of wood, but it almost looks like an upside down massive bird's nest. Like it's like all these branches and trunks going round in layers, like almost like a spiraling up to a point at the top. There are trees growing within it. You know, there are plants within plants. You can also see that within these thick boughs and branches, there are carved various emblems, lots of which you saw in Tillus Trilline's book. Let me just bring up my notes now. As you walk inside All Prayer's house, what you are met with is a huge open circular room with a gigantic, almost like totem pole in the middle. And again, carved into it, there's all these depictions of gods and demigods and elves and elements and things like that. Think like Telios, there's like a sun behind him and stuff like that. There's Varelos surrounded by a massive whirlpool of water and so on. There's Havanos with winds blowing around and all this kind of thing. Around the outside of the room, there are tons of doors, and you see that there are 3 floors like this. There's like 2 balconies overlooking you as well, and each level has all these rooms going round. As you come inside, there are people kind of milling about and walking in and out of these doors, and suddenly and it's a very prim looking elf, very tall, very well put together, almost like someone that would like greet you at the door of a high price hotel, you know. Just extremely tidily put together. You get the impression that a cornerstone of their job is looking extremely formal. Walk over and say, and they say, "Good afternoon, and may I ask, which deity are you planning to worship?"
I believe we're here for Asmanos.
Asmanos? Wonderful. Looks around and says, "If you would take Chapel 12, that should be available for you." They gesture to a door that sure enough is marked with the number 12. and you see that it is the 12th one round. You know that, and there are it seems to go round from 1 to 48 on your floor. So from that, you can kind of delineate that there are perhaps somewhere in the region of 150 doors in total within this place that you could go through. But they gesture over to what they describe as Chapel 12.
Do we get the impression that there are multiple chapels for each deity, or is there like a chapel per deity? Are there that many in their pantheon?
Give me a perception check.
Okay, because that's wild. If that's the case.
I just imagine they're blank. And then you say you're here for Esmanos, and then they press a button, and it's all Esmanos statues.
Jeb looks around and is
They
like,
just pop up.
"Whew, a lot of doors." I think you it's unclear to you at this point whether like whether these doors themselves are specific to particular gods or not.
Yeah. Man, I ain't never seen so many doors.
What a sentence.
A lot of doors.
So to Chapel 12?
Yeah. Chapel 12 it is.
12?
Great. You open the door to Chapel 12. There's nobody else inside. What you see, as the three of you step forward, the room itself begins to change size. And you feel it actually, as you walked in, it looked like a small chapel set up for with a little aisleway down the middle and 4 little benches on either side of this aisleway. The room shrinks, and you see about half the benches disappear, and it becomes smaller, as if adapting to the number of people who have entered. And at the front, there are no markings within the room that indicate any particular god or anything like that. So really all you're seeing now is 4 benches and some kind of old like pulpit at the front. You step inside, and suddenly a spectral figure appears in front of you, and they're just bright blue. They're dressed very nicely themselves, actually, similarly dressed to the host that greeted you, but a spectral figure.
Oh my.
And says, "Good afternoon. First, please select your deity." Holds up a hand, and you see that almost like a spectral touch screen appears that you can like swipe through and select your chosen deity. And you see the emblems of Zamenos, of Datos, of Havanos, etc. That you can select.
Brilliant.
I feel like Ingrid is just looking around at like what's controlling this. She needs to figure out
really.
how it's happening.
I guess I'll kind of
Not
awkwardly I'll tap the Asmonos icon.
Blip, and you feel a sort of, as you push this, you feel the spectralness like has like a feeling of a little button, and you see it transform, and it says next, please select the subcategory of your chosen religion. And you see that there are only 2 options for Asmanos. The option is the Stargazers and the Stellar Eminence.
Which one do we pick?
I like the sound of the second one.
Yeah, that one sounds cool.
Yeah.
You select the Stellar. You select the Stellar Eminence.
Stellar Eminence.
Yeah.
Please select the mood of your sermon, and you see that there are 4 options that say uplifting, charitable, mournful, and vengeful.
Oh, vengeful.
Yeah,
let's get some
we're all
figure
on the
going.
same page here. Vengeful.
The moment you hit the button, the spectral figure says, "Thank you for selecting. Have a good sermon," and disappears. the door bolts behind you. You just hear wham, and it's almost like a big steel bar pulls across on its own power. The
Awkwardly sit down.
the room gets suddenly bathed in dark red light. Jeb, you feel in your pocket the amulet begin to heat fast.
Geez. Okay.
It actually is so fast that it's soon too hot to keep in your pocket.
Ha! Yeah, I'm kind of pull it out and just let it hang. Yeah.
And you hear a deep booming voice that says, "The time is upon us, adherents. The day of discernment will arrive soon. Oakenford is the first drop in the bucket. It's time to come home."
This music is not fitting this moment right now.
Holy
It's just
shit.
playing.
Is no one screening the sermons? I mean,
No, they come straight from Asmanos themselves.
I hit 3 buttons and suddenly it's like a death threat against a town.
In case we have to do some kind of edit in the future, Jeb, I'm going to run it again with tenser music. Okay, I'll be like,
Yes.
the time has come, adherents. The day of discernment is almost upon us. Oakenford is the first drop in the bucket. It's time to come home.
Wow.
This goes on. That's kind of the main message of the sermon, but it goes on in that vein for a couple of minutes.
Any other location?
It talks a lot about the power of the stars and how it's greater than all the powers on the earth combined, and how what's the word I'm after? Those who have tried to oppose us will soon regret their folly and all this kind of thing. It doesn't mention location, I'm afraid. It just says it's time. It finishes with, "It's time to come home."
Time to come home.
The room returns to normal lighting. You sort of feel like what happens after Gandalf does his Bilbo Baggins,
Yeah.
"I'm not a conjurer of cheap tricks," at the end of that, when the room returns to normal, that kind of thing, fades back to light, the lights come back up, you see the amulet, the glow goes down once again, as it was when you were at the university. It doesn't completely disappear, nor does it go back to complete room temperature. But the heat comes down, the glow comes down significantly, and it just has that low level that it had when you were at the academies. And the three of you are left there in this room, the echo of this sermon still booming in your ears. The spectral figure reappears and says, "We hope you enjoyed your sermon today. Thank you, and have a nice day." And that is where we'll end the session
man.
today.
Fantastic.